people on a day now. My people on a day. I hope you guys are fine. Like the video, subscribe, guys, subscribe, smash the like button. Guys, this is a transfer show, guys. A beautiful transfer show. Guys, what an hand to a very long transfer. What an hand to long transfer. Signing of club from Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester City, and Co. What an hand to the transfer, guys. What a beautiful end to the transfer. Aubameyang in, Denis Zakaria in, Wesley Fofana in, Cucurella, Sterling, Chukwuemeka and Co. What a beautiful summer for Chelsea. Now is on Thomas Tuchel to deliver now. The Chelsea board and the Chelsea owner have given you what you want. Now, Mr. Tuchel, it's time for you to deliver because you complain you don't want this, you don't want that. Now, you got to deliver. Aubameyang is your man. You got to make Aubameyang work. You have to make him work. Is it what I want? No, but I trust you as a manager to get the best out of PM Aubameyang. You've worked with Aubameyang before, and you know how good of a player he is. So I'm putting the trust on you to get the best out of Aubameyang. And also, guys, we'll do a tribute to Marcus Mugabe. What a player. We'll do a beautiful tribute to Marcus Mugabe. What a player, guys. What a player. For people who are watching, like the vid, subscribe, smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button, guys. Support also, make like give us a massive support, guys. This is the deadline transfer. Everybody are welcome to talk, guys. Let's go. So, guys, let's start for the main man himself. Let's give a tribute to Marcus Mugabe. Give me sum up your overall. After 6.5 years or 7 years in Chelsea, Marcus Mugabe has officially left Chelsea Football Club to join FC Barcelona. Give me your take.
Man, this guy called Marcos Alonso. Let me just drop his stats, right? 212 appearances, 29 goals, 23 assists, the most scoring defender since he joined Chelsea in 2016 summer. This guy is probably one of the best strikers of the ball I've known with the left foot. His left foot is dynamite. It has a rocket. Like, he just hits the ball and he hits it so sweetly. The only thing about him was, and you know, one thing about this kid is, I probably think when he started football, he was tall, he couldn't be a striker for some reason. Maybe he wasn't, he didn't have the build to be a striker. And I probably think they put him, as a winger. He was not fast enough. He ended up getting a role for himself as a wing back, right? Mm-hmm. Where you don't have to run the whole length back of the field to cover when your team loses the ball, because you have that left center back. This guy, I think he started from Sunderland. He moved to Fiorentina. We bought him from Fiorentina. And, since that time, I think Marcos Alonso, people don't appreciate him. But one thing you cannot take away from this guy is his zeal. Like, the guy, I remember, he's gone through a lot of ups and downs, Sarri called him one of the best left backs in Europe at the time. He was giving us all kinds of vibes. But this guy is a very, very good left. He has a good left foot. I know he has his cons, he has his pros. At the end of the day, man, he was successful at Chelsea. He won every trophy apart from the Carling Cup in club football. He won the Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League, Super Cup, Europa League. He's won it all.
Which of your managers signed him?
Conte.
Antonio Conte.
Conte signing in his first season.
That's
it was
like
a
Conte's
deadline
best
signing.
Yeah, it was a deadline signing.
It was a deadline signing.
No,
2016.
was that Conte's best signing?
Was he his best signing?
Pound for pound?
Pound for pound. Huh.
Was it?
He had a shout though. He signed Rudiger too.
As a rival fan,
this guy next year.
He seems like a real utility guy for you guys, man. And
I think so. You have a very good point there. Pound for pound, it might be Antonio Conte's best signing.
Because any player that plays under different managers is somebody that has something about them.
Yes, it's not easy to play with. He's played under 5 different managers at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like you said, it's not very easy because every manager has their own demands, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So for me, man, this guy, I know people will not put his name up in the rafters at Stamford Bridge, but the memories.
The Chelsea official website said that by tomorrow you'll be given an official tribute from the Chelsea official website tomorrow.
Nice. Yeah, he is. There's no, I'll probably say, like I said, he starts 29 goals, 23 assists. No defender has come close to those numbers since he signed in 2016. No defender in Premier League currently. I probably won't think in Europe. I'm probably ready to go all the way to Europe. How many defenders have scored 29 goals? I don't know how many. 29 goals, 23 assists. This guy, good guy. I think I wish him well in Barcelona. This is the best time for him to leave because this, to me, this summer is the end of an era at Chelsea and the beginning of a new era. So it makes sense for him to just move, closer to his family in Spain and continue his career. He's just 30 years, so he still has some time. I think Xavi is going to use him very well. But yeah, very lovely player. I think I wish him all the best.
King Black, Marcus Mugabe. Give me a tribute about him.
Alonso, bad guy. He's one of the very few guys that
he annoys you and he makes you happy.
Yeah, he annoys me a lot in some games, and some games I'm just like, wow. And you know what just amazes me most about the guy is every big game, he's the only player that doesn't hide. And he's the only player you think is gonna flop. He's the player you are scared of. Yeah, he's the player everyone is scared. Oh my God, at that wing, Alonso. And at the end of the day, he's one of those that just stands out. Either we lose or we win in those big games. He just doesn't go hiding. That's something I just like about him. He scores big goals as well. Like, he knows how to strike a ball, like Emmy said. And I feel like he could have actually done better if he played as let's say in his career he chose maybe as an attacking midfielder or something. Like, I don't know. There's something about him that is more than just a left back or a left wing back. Well, I guess it's a little bit too late, but I wish him all the best.
He didn't have a silver spoon career. That's why he has that personality. He didn't have a silver spoon career.
Yeah,
if you compare him,
it was just level-headed. It was always working. Yeah.
Compare him to the baby spoon-fed players who never lose their places, like Jordi Alba, Sergio Roberto, all these children. He didn't have that kind of career. That's why. Yeah. Do you know who he, as a rival fan in big games, he reminded me of as a Liverpool fan? Danny Rose for Tottenham. I know how he used to frustrate them, but in that Champions League final, I've watched that game back so many times. Tottenham played like shit, but Danny Rose showed up. In every big game, Battle of the Bridge against you guys, he showed up, but he would frustrate through lack of consistency or maybe sometimes very elastic. How I saw Marcos Alonso was very elastic performances. Yeah. You would see brilliance, but then you would
he's just one of those. Yeah, he's one of. I think he's the only player like you can boldly say. We all think he's going to be the worst of the rest. If you play Tottenham and put Tottenham are in form, or we play Man United or Liverpool or something, you just see Marcos Alonso. You think he's gonna lose the ball in a small space. He just gets out of it. You see him taking shots. When the goals is not forthcoming, you just see him shoot. Oh, you like Alonso. Free kick is good. Is good. I think most of those free kick, maybe out of 29 goals, he probably has like 15. I don't know what the stats is saying, but he should have more than 10
Yeah,
free kicks
yeah,
at Chelsea.
He didn't seem to get too
It's
upset when you
good
guys
for
lost
him.
and when you guys won. He seemed very, very level-headed.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it. I don't know where. I don't know the type of character he is. He's a strange guy as well.
You know,
And when
Chilwell
they said
looks
there was
like
a fallout,
he
I didn't even
pumps
see
up
it
too
come.
much. Chilwell needs to manage his emotions. I see that one sometimes happy, sometimes sad. It's too much. Alonso
Yeah,
just had
but
that.
Alonso, you can never tell. Yeah, he
say
just has
again,
this.
Master Rival watching now. Marcos Alonso. What can you say about Marcos Mugabe?
Yeah, just I would say I don't want to say model professional because he is not the profile I would ever invest in terms of endurance and mental fortitude are fantastic, but I still would, you know, I would always invest in I don't know, like a Jeremy Doku. I know they play different positions, but I can take this over that. I feel certain things can be taught. There's things about like his build and his shoulders that I don't like, and he has in his knock knees and those things. I'm very unfair with those kind of things because I like the aesthetics. So for me, I just look at it at bigger picture. Chelsea is apart from Aspie, there's no legends in the building.
Yeah, Alonso could be part of that legend because
No, Thiago Silva is a legend, right?
No,
Thiago
no,
Silva is
Chelsea legends, bro.
Chelsea legend.
Oh,
Alonso could be part of that legend because he spent so many years in Chelsea.
He's a Chelsea legend. He's a Chelsea legend for sure.
do you think Alonso is a Chelsea legend?
When I say legend, legend is a moving term. Currently in that squad, he's a Chelsea legend. Do you get my point?
Yeah, I see that too. But you know, a lot of Chelsea fans are very biased. I think we have the most toxic fan base.
No, but you see, I only
People would not
interact
see-
with you guys. I live in London. I don't interact with Chelsea. Apart from I like some of the Chelsea. I used to live in Notting Hill. There are a lot of fans around there. I interact with a lot of Chelsea fans in London, but Chelsea fans online, I don't talk to.
Do you
I don't
talk
know
to
them. HH he's older than my eldest brother, so I'm my eldest brother. So, but they come from the same Desai Zola. They fell in love with that Chelsea. Or was it Vialli and all that kind of stuff?
That's the same Chelsea. That's the same Chelsea I fell in love with.
Yeah. Attitude era Chelsea fans, like what I call you guys, WWE old school Chelsea fans.
We're old school. We're old school.
We're supporting as well as supporting Chelsea.
Bank, Dennis White, Gianpaco Zola.
Basically for me, when that team was needed, it was needed. It was like the Detroit Pistons, that were beating the Bulls. That's Chelsea were needed. I remember. Then it moved, and shout out to Damien Duff and blah blah blah. My thing with Marcos Alonso is he's currently one of your legends, and I feel like it's gonna take a hit on. I'm gonna say Aspie will feel it, because they were supposed to be doing gruesome to some in Barcelona this year.
Yeah.
I think I have issues with some of the young players. Just in terms of like, Alonso looked like someone who inspired through his performance. And I don't know how you can transmit that and communicate that to the younger players in terms of right now, Chelsea don't need a hero. They need consistent players who want to perform for their professional selves. And that is how I would describe Marcos Alonso. I feel he was always performing as much for the club, but also for himself. Kind of like Jordan Henderson for us. When he performs, he's performing for himself. You could say fueled by doubters, but performing to maintain that particular level. And that's what I feel. I'm a massive. I obsess over medics and if you read about Rossoneri and, you know, things like taking out Seedorf's wisdom tooth to help fix his knee and all kind of weird things. But I feel like Marcos Alonso, my final point is, he has a weird way of maintaining, like he's slow, but I don't know if it's like managing nerves or something, but he's the way he can control his body and his muscles and his speed, and he can slow down. I don't know how he can control
does
his
he
like
does he
mind.
get injured though? Like, does he even get injured at all?
And that's all
This guy.
based on, like, look at somebody like Pulisic, who I forensically study because I love the way he plays. He gets injured because of the way he enters challenges, same as Jack Wilshere and all these kind of players. So Marcos Alonso, you can see the way he slows down to not get injured, the way he even the way I would say he manages like his emotions in certain situations in the game. You can talk about beating the press and all that kind of stuff, but it's a package. For me, it's all mental. And I just really think he was massively underappreciated for the simple fact that he wasn't that fast. And that's how I would summarize sort of his social media commentary. But I think Chelsea are going to miss his big game performances. It's going to come through the money. I'm facing the same. You're going to face that tax in those tough moments.
You're right. I agree. But I don't really think Pulisic gets injured because he dives into unnecessary tackles. I think he's just lightweight.
Let me come to Abdul. Marcus Mugabe is officially a Barcelona player. He's left already. So give me your take on Marcos Alonso.
Yeah.
Abdul, we can't hear you. You are low.
No, you can hear me. You're gonna hear me very soon, man.
No, we can't hear you at all.
At all.
You're a little bit low. We don't know. You need to turn up the volume a little bit.
It's turned up, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you are speaking low a little bit.
I'm not.
Abdul, Abba, now you live for overseas. Now you know live for Nigeria where we get bad network. You live for
Am I
overseas.
still low?
I can hear you.
Now you're good.
Yeah, I'm good now. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So it's official, I suppose, since we've
Yeah,
signed.
it is official. It is official. This is a Chelsea official website.
Okay. So the thing is, I always took Alonso for what Sarri described him as, that he will be one of the best left back if he improves his defending. You know, so that's all I've always seen looking at Alonso. I don't subscribe to all these abuse and insults Chelsea fans give to him, but I think that's peculiar to Chelsea fans. They need somebody to constantly abuse for whatever reason. I don't know. People forget we're actually a top team, and actually, I'm sensing that we might actually be a bigger team than we've been for the past 10, 15 seasons. So Chelsea supporters need to adjust. You know, if a player is not doing well, I mean, leave it to the manager, or actually be constructive in your criticism and your analysis about him and just limit it to football. I don't know why we have to go beyond the normal football boundaries, to be honest with you. So I always liked Alonso. I looked at him as a winger, a left winger, and his contribution is always positive as far as I'm concerned. The only problem I see with Alonso is he cannot defend, and some players are like that. They can't defend. So he cannot defend, and we are giving him defensive responsibilities. You know, that's the only area I see that this guy is lacking. Every other aspect, I see it as people just being biased and hating him for whatever reason. And you know, there's something called football profiling. Either you like it or not, or either you recognize it or not, it exists. People say he cannot run. What do they mean? He crawls on his knees? I mean, this guy, I mean, he's not the fastest runner, but you cannot say, you might not like the way he runs because of the frame of his body, but he can run. He cannot defend. Okay, fair enough, right? But that's not his fault that we're giving him that responsibility. But the amount of time this kid has actually saved us, the amount of time he's actually helped the team is actually uncountable. And he is as far as I'm concerned, one of the at some point he was, especially this season where we won the league, he was like the best back in the country, minimum. So I mean, I will dearly miss him because I like the way he plays football. Because I think he's got like good education in his
His grandpa
football.
and his family is a football players. His grandpa is a grandpa play for Madrid, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. So they have this kind of tradition in Spain,
Yeah.
where football is almost like an old occupation, where you can see a grandfather has done what then the father did, and then the son is now doing. So they have this in Spain a lot. So as a footballer, I would miss him a lot. But the good thing is I'm rubbing my hands because we even got somebody who's actually even better than Alonso in Cucurella. So that even makes me even a lot happier. So I will miss him. He's going to Barcelona. I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
what
official.
I don't really know what he's going to do in Barcelona because they have Jordi Alba, and I don't see him
No,
really
Jordi
bench.
Alba is going to, if I'm not mistaken, is going to one club. I've forgotten the club name. I need to remember that club. He's been
Wh-
sold
wh-
to a club because Godson, I don't know if you know Godson from Inter Milan, is joined the one club. I've forgotten that club. So I think it was Inter Milan that buy Jordi Alba, if I'm not mistaken.
So are you saying Jordi Alba has left Barcelona
I
now?
think so. Based on the report I saw, I think he's
No,
left.
no, 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 no. Chill. Jordi Alba does not want to leave.
Oh, he does not want to leave. Okay.
Yeah, but they want to get rid of him. They want to cut ties with Jordi Alba. Jordi Alba is an emotionally damaged footballer, and you don't want that around your new project. He's damaged.
Okay. I don't know exactly what will make him damaged because you're playing for a top club, earning top dollar. So I don't know what will have damaged him, to be honest with you.
Well, there's a few players, after not just Anfield, but Rome, etc., Barcelona, Bayern Munich, sorry, 8-2. There's players who feel personally responsible that Messi has left, and Laporta is bringing Messi back next year, 2023. And, the players like Jordi Alba, Sergio Roberto, they want to stay and be part of the return of Messi because they feel personally responsible. Because yes, you could say it was finance, but also it was the performances on the pitch. And Coutinho is not gonna emotionally take that damage as much as in an older player like Jordi Alba. And Busquets is as much of a man to take it and continue playing. But a few of them feel personally responsible. I think Ter Stegen almost wants to restart his career at that club, and you need to bring in fresh blood. And Alonso is going to be that, exactly that. He brings no damage. This is all new for him, and he can set the tone because he is kind of a model left back in a way, right?
Yeah, somebody said Jordi Alba was crying.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
going on?
that's
I don't even
because
want to bring that up. That's deep. That's deep. Let's discuss
yeah,
it
that's
before.
because he's a winner. What's wrong with crying?
No, my thing is, I know, but crying at halftime is messed up. You can't cry at halftime. It's only 2-0. You can still win this game.
I mean, nobody was there, but I don't know what they mean by crying. Did he just have tears in
No,
his
no,
eyes?
it's in the Rakitin documentary against Liverpool when they were losing. I don't know if the press from James Milner was so emotionally harrowing, but he started crying in halftime. Ernesto Valverde had to put his arm around him and ask him, "Are you okay? Why are you crying at halftime, bro?"
So you see, we have to be very careful because
This is a documentary I paid for. I had to pay
no,
for.
hold on. No. So the way people show emotions is different,
Yeah.
and the way people show emotions might be related to maybe their background. I don't know why he's crying, how he's crying.
I'm not taking the piss out of anybody. I'm talking about you can't. Even Messi had to tell him, "Hey, come on, this is not the time. Watch the scene. You can't cry at halftime. It's not okay. That means you're not like you're overwhelmed.
Anyway, to be honest with you, I'm not really interested in why or how he was crying. I'm looking at him from like a Barcelona legend. I mean, I'm saying is, all I was getting to is, if Jordi Alba is staying, I don't know how many games Alonso can get. But
Yeah,
then
because they have this left back.
Alonso
It's
will
called
start.
Abdel something. Now I'm buying Alonso that it's gonna start ahead of Jordi Alba. That I can assure you that he will start ahead of Jordi Alba.
He's Jordi Alba doesn't even start right now. Do you know?
I know he doesn't even. Yeah, he's been put on the bench. He and Gerard Piqué have been put
His
on
legs
the bench.
have gone.
in that case, I would like to see when Alonso starts, if Alonso can actually, for example, play 10 games in a row for Barcelona. I would like to see what the reaction of the average Chelsea supporter would be. You know, maybe they will then see what he is as a footballer, because Barcelona is more attacking oriented.
Mm-hmm.
Then they will appreciate him more. That's all I was getting to, really. Yeah, good luck to the kid. I hope he plays. I mean, he's done well for himself and from where he's come from and from his background. So because I mean, I think there was a point where was it on loan at Bolton, or was he playing
Both in Sunderland, Florentina.
exactly? So, and now he's ending up in Barcelona at 32 or so.
Yeah,
So
31. Yeah.
I think you
I,
do very well. Remember, in Spain, you face a lot more number 10 driven attacks. So I think for him, his reading of the game and those interceptions, he'll enjoy a lot more compared to kick and rush football. I don't think he enjoyed playing shit teams in the Premier League.
Fair enough. Osita, Marcos Alonso.
Hi guys.
How you doing, brother?
I've been listening with rapt attention. Alonso was a great Chelsea player, and I don't know. I came in late. I don't know if we all know this guy made the PFA Team of the Year in 2018.
I think
He did. He was in the PFA Team of the Year, and I want to believe that he was instrumental to us winning the league under Antonio Conte and Antonio Conte's first season, because the way Conte set up his team, Victor Moses on the other side, Alonso, they were like attackers basically. And the few matches where we saw Alonso struggle was because this team was not set up or suited to his purpose. Like a left wing back that he is. He's not a left back. He's not an out and out left back. He's a left wing back. So you don't expect him to do so much defensive job. I love these free kicks. I love these free kicks because I remember back in the day, the years of Mourinho and Ancelotti, we had a lot of free kick takers in the team. We had Drogba, we had Ballack, we had Lampard, we had Alex, we had like half of the team who could take free kicks. But at the point in time, we didn't have good set speed takers, and Alonso was the one who stepped up during that period. Remember, I used to get frustrated with Eden Hazard because Hazard didn't take a lot of free kicks and all that. Alonso was the one doing that.
Tottenham
He was against Tottenham. Tottenham was like Tottenham. They were just like his girlfriends. He was always with them. Right now I'm watching some of his clips. A free kick against Bournemouth, free kick against Tottenham. Alderweireld jumped as high as he couldn't get. Alonso did well for Chelsea, and he could leave. I believe he's living with his head held up high. Won the Champions League, won the Premier League, won the FA Cup. He's done well. Kudos to him.
Fair enough. Marcos Mugabe, I wish you best of luck in FC Barcelona. I'm gonna be watching you against FC Bayern Munich and Inter Milan. So I'm gonna keep my eye on you and you see how you're gonna play up in Xavi Hernandez system. But what a player you have been! What a player! Sometimes you frustrate me. And sometimes I feel like swearing for you, but sometimes I just laugh at what a player. So I can't complain what you've given to us, especially as the fans watching you play. It's just pure happiness and pure excitement watching you play because you're giving so much to the club, and we can't stop appreciating you. So I wish you best of luck in Barcelona, and I want you to go and smash it in FC Barcelona and show them how to play football. Marcos, congratulations, good luck to you in FC Barcelona. So let's talk about somebody else. I haven't watched much of these guys. You guys have to help me out. I've watched a little bit about him. So I haven't watched much about him because I wasn't even sure if we're gonna sign him yet or not. But eventually we did sign him. So eventually we did sign him because I wasn't confident that we were gonna kind of get him. But since we already get him, let's talk about him, guys. Let's have a serious convo about him. Emi, I'm gonna come at you on this.
Is it Aubameyang?
My man, Denis Zakaria. To me, I call him this guy is a towering central midfielder. I don't know if people watched him when he was at Gladbach. And then this guy was their coach. Is it the former Dortmund coach? Was their coach? Or was he?
Yeah. Marco, you know, Marco Rose.
Yes. The way Marco Rose
of Norwich.
Yeah, the way Marco Rose used this guy was an absolute beast in midfield. Like, they had a couple of good ballers in that midfield too. They actually made it to
Wait, is he a bust to bust or a DM?
4-3-3.
He can do both.
4-3-3. Let me say it again. 4-3-3.
4-3-3 is this guy. This guy.
But guys, people say because he went to Juventus, he didn't show more in Juventus.
No, because he went to Juventus in January though. This year, he got there. He got injured after like 4 or 5 games.
Allegri tax. So
he got injured.
You all know Zakaria scored on his debut for Juventus.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. He scored
on his debut. He was meant for big things until that injury.
Shot. So this guy is a fantastic addition to Chelsea's midfield. Now with this guy, Abdullahi, Chelsea can play 4-3-3 and touch their chest. Because this guy, his defensive awareness, his positioning, his ability to cut through the press, create his long balls. Man, this guy's long balls are very sweet. If they touch, this guy released Aubameyang 2 times. Now goal. This guy. My only problem I have is our attackers have to stop wanting the ball to fit always because they don't even know what to do with it when it gets to feet. They need to start running into space because now they have someone that can find them in that space. Not like Jorginho did not find them enough, but this guy added to the midfield can now allow people like Kovacic, allow Kovacic to actually move up forward a bit. So I see a midfield 3 of this guy, Kovacic and Kante, or Jorginho, this guy and Kovacic. Oh my God. Very strong physical. This guy is towering. He's 1.91 meters. He's tall. 6'3", 6'4". I like the profile, although I'd have preferred the Alvarez guy. But Zakaria will actually do the job for us.
Because that Alvarez is a natural DM. He's a natural DM.
Yes. I see that one will still come later. I see this guy giving us and he's fit. He's ready to play. He might not play tomorrow. He might not play on Saturday. But I see him playing.
Is he gonna travel tomorrow? Or?
I think he travels. I don't know. He has not trained with the team, but he's been training with Juventus, right?
Okay. Because he did his medical in Turin, though.
Yes. I think maybe he'll travel tonight.
Okay.
Because if you look at his welcome to Chelsea, it looks like a picture of him. I don't know. They kind of they probably sent him the shirt. I just told him to do all kinds of stuff, and he kind of put it together. The graphic guy that did this is very good, actually, very intelligent, but he'll probably be officially unveiled tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't know if maybe he'll train. I don't know if he's ready to play. Tuchel will probably tell us. I don't think.
Yeah, it
Tuchel-
depends on his fitness, though.
No, he's been training. He's ready. He played their last game over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
I think he did. Yeah. So this guy is a good addition, man. I think Chelsea was screaming for a midfielder. You know, we had too many injuries. I'm glad our uncle Tuchel finally just said, okay, Mona, cool down, and finally gave us a good midfielder. I like this guy. I've been wanting this guy at Chelsea for a long time, and he's just 25, and he's going to the World Cup. He's a Switzerland international.
International,
he played the last World Cup for Switzerland. He played the last Euros for Switzerland. So he's also a natural leader. Remember that Switzerland team, got to the quarterfinals of the last Euros.
Yeah.
Do
they have Mitrovic in them?
Mitrovic? Switzerland?
Yeah. Is that what it's
No, I think Mitrovic is from Serbia.
Mitrovic is from Serbia.
Yeah, from Serbia. But this guy is a welcome addition. And you know what? Now that Alvarez guy is in our sights, right?
Yeah.
Imagine this guy and Alvarez combined.
Yeah. Because I look at that was the Alvarez I wanted because that one is a natural DM. He is a natural DM.
No, but you know, Kante and Jorginho, their contracts are going, right?
But maybe by January we'll go for Alvarez. Maybe January.
I think maybe one of them might leave Chelsea by
now. No,
now.
Tuchel have said it because I hear Tuchel he said that I don't know if it is true, but he hinted that both N'Golo Kante and Jorginho will leave.
Yeah.
He hinted, like he didn't say it fully, but there was a hint where he said both of them will eventually leave. So PSG are keeping an eye on N'Golo Kante when his contract.
Because Chelsea wants to move away from that profile. They actually want this kind of towering midfielders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Midfielders that have height and strength and guile, that can actually move the ball, dribble, shoot, create. All those things are things that this guy can do. And then when we buy the Alvarez guy in January, they only will complement each other. Slowly but gradually, Chelsea is actually building a team that can challenge next season for the title. Not this season. This season, they'll use this season to gel. But I think next season, man, watch out for this Chelsea. But that's my take.
Let me come to Iliam on this. Denis Zakaria. Iliam, are you there? Our guy Iliam. I don't understand it. Osita Zakaria, Dennis.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. I'm so excited about this.
Then I'll come back to you.
Yeah. Look, this signing, firstly, Liverpool asked for this player.
Yeah, he didn't join them. I saw the news.
Secondly, I understand why he wouldn't come to our team. Not all these bullshit that people talk about playing time, all this kind of nonsense, because every footballer believes they're the best footballer in the world. Every footballer does. I believe he didn't because we use Fabinho, who needs to be rotated in a different way than he likes to play. I've been watching him because we've been linked to this guy for like 4 years, bro. 4 years.
Zakaria?
Yeah, we've been linked to him for like 4 years. And I've always understood why we didn't get him, apart from Fabinho still being in his prime at the time. For the issue that I have with buying a player of his kind, and you guys have already brought it up, that's why I like this space, because good ball is spoken about here. He needs another 6 to play with him because he's truly box to box. Most of his chance creation comes from winning the ball off players, winning the ball high up.
So he played like N'Golo Kante?
No, he plays like apart from the long shots, he's like ultimate busybody. That's how I would describe him. And a harrower, not a substitute. Absolutely not a super sub. He is a harrower. Where I feel my issue with signing him is he's full-blooded, and that works, especially if you watch full 90s of him on Football Italia at Gladbach. It works because the rest of the team are full-blooded. All total commitment to the attack, total commitment to the defense. Where I feel I don't want him to basically look like a pinball destroyer. He's not a destroyer. He's far more intelligent than that, and his ceiling is far higher than that. So I'm really interested to see if his influence or how he wants to play the game rubs off on a Ben Chilwell, who I feel is a full-blooded player when he wants to be. You know, when he remembers who he is.
Can I ask you a question about this guy? Do you think he's better in a double pivot or in a single?
I was about to say that.
The thing is, you need to watch him to understand what I mean. It's about how the player next to him wants to approach the Kovacic, for example, is going. If I've spoken to you guys before, at that FA Cup final, when I learned everything I needed to learn about Chelsea, when I saw live at Wembley, Kovacic arguing with Thiago Silva, we need to push up and press these stupid Liverpool guys. They are stressing us out in these first 20 minutes. Thiago Silva said, "Are you mad? You want me to break my leg? Better stay here and screen." Kovacic, looking at Thiago Silva, basically said, "I'm not helping you by screening. I'm helping you by being an option in the midfield higher up the pitch." Zakaria is going to... Kovacic, his injuries will be less. He's going to enjoy playing with this guy. And that's the first thing I feel. He wants to play the same way that Zakaria wants to play. And I believe Thomas Tuchel wants to play that Chelsea Tottenham game is how I feel. That is how I feel Thomas Tuchel wants to play football. Yes. But I feel he doesn't feel that the rest of... I don't know whether those guys, they have a bit of embarrassment tax, or they don't want to... They're not sure. Oh, my rep, my image. Hold on.
No, I think what it is
Koulibaly wants to play the game the way he wants to play. Koulibaly doesn't want to make a mistake and then everybody cries and falls down.
Yeah.
Let
me tell you what the problem is with Chelsea, right? Most of the players that were there before, that were successful with Tuchel in his Champions League season, most of them have relaxed. They don't have any bite anymore, anything to push them or to drive them to actually play their best in every game. And you know what? If you don't play your best in every game, you lose some of those games because your talent is not just enough to get you through those games. And that's what's happening to Chelsea. This team is talented, but they are not applying all their energy and power and driving towards results. They don't have that passion. They're not playing with that passion anymore. To them, they're like, let's just show up, you know. There's nothing at stake. There's no trophy at the end of this match. Put a trophy in front of every match, Chelsea will not lose. Those boys will not lose. The problem is they are not looking at it that way. They're looking at it, and this is mentality, right? They're looking at it. Oh, there's no trophy. I'm not getting a trophy at the end. And that's why, you know, they have all this, you know, sinusoidal performance, you know, ups and downs, like, you know, highs and troughs, you know, through the season. Sometimes they're playing like, wow, look at that Tottenham game. It was like, wow, Chelsea has arrived. All of a sudden, they put a stinker against Leeds, and then against Southampton too. So it's just.
But is it not a reaction? Because where I tax Manchester United fans, for example, I always say to them, look, it's your fault. It's your fault. Your club is obsessed with social media. Why would they keep making these kind of ridiculous signings? I'll get to my point quickly. If the social media reaction, Piano, Sanchez, if Ibrahimovic, you guys were celebrating record shed sales, all this kind of nonsense. If there was not a positive reaction to all these signings, they wouldn't keep making these kind of signings. That's how you let yourselves get into bed with Mino Raiola, rest in peace. He didn't give you Haaland. He didn't give you Donnarumma. He didn't give you Gravenberch. He didn't give you Jan Simmons. He gave you rubbish and nonsense. That's what you got for all your relationships. Matt Judge and all these kind of Illuminati guys. Now, what I'm linking that to is the social media fans in terms of Chelsea. There's a over support of these new players, and it's not a support in terms of these players have done a lot. They want to play for Chelsea and all this kind. No, it's in reaction, because we had the same thing with Jordan Henderson in my fan base, where people want to relentlessly support him because he's received what is perceived to be an excess amount of criticism by fans who, maybe have never really thought he was good enough. People like Steve Gerrard never really thought he was good enough. If Gerrard never really thought he was good enough, I don't think he's good enough. But, Kenny Dalglish signed him, legend tax and all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm bringing that back to Chelsea. I'm a sicko. I consume all football content. When you, unfortunately, lost that at the second final to us, I was listening to Chelsea podcast on Spotify. Do you know what some of the American Chelsea fans who came, granted, big them up, I think I saw a small contingent of them came to Wembley when that match was lost. They were in a pub recording the space saying, hey guys, it sucks, man, to lose another final. But, I was able to get over it last night. I watched the Mount assist to Kai. And, that made me feel good about, just remembering what the team... I said, what the...
That's mediocrity right there.
No. It's not mediocrity. It's like, I must support. Why is there no middle ground? You don't support Kai Havertz. I don't support Sadio Mane. I don't support Mohamed Salah. I support Liverpool. You support the club.
Exactly. This guy, God bless you.
So my thing is, Emmy,
people these days don't support the badge. They only support the name at the back of the jersey. And that's why there's a big problem in most fan bases.
No, but what is overriding? What is overriding Chelsea? Because for me, Todd Bowley must tap into the true core, the true essence of what Chelsea Football Club began, in my opinion, in the sort of mass media era, Premier League, etc. He needs to look into, because it's his club in terms of, yes, consortium, but it's his club. What is it that he wants to build upon? I get the whole America, Los Angeles, that's all brand new shit. That's all brand new, same as my club, LeBron James. That has nothing to do with what's going on in SW6 or what's going on in L4 in Anfield. What do you believe? Because that's the bigger conversation. What do you believe he needs to build upon? Because that, for me, is what is the most important thing about the identity. Because Zakaria cannot come to Chelsea and perform for himself alone. Is it John Obi Mikel? Like, I'm not saying just SCN, not just in terms of the type of position. What is it? Because that is what needs to then rub up. Because I see Reece James and I feel he gets it. I see Kovacic, I feel he totally gets it, totally understands his role in terms of a non-English player. I'm here to show mentality. I'm here to rise up in the difficult moments where the English guys, I get it. You have a lot of media stress. There's a lot on you guys. England squad, 3 Lions. There's a lot going on for the English guys. I know they get their props, their media prop, but it's a lot going on, man. There's families and the Lampard, the Redknaps. You know how it is. So there's a lot going on for the English dudes. Someone like Rooney going to Man United, it's tough. So my thing is, what is it that needs to be not just talking about Tuchel, like, because my issue is wavelength. If we go back to football, my issue, put it this way, why do Chelsea look like Premier League contenders when Kante plays? Please answer that. Why do you
because it cohas because
this guy, I wish I knew where you were. I'd have bought
N'Golo Kante cohas what you need in a player. He has that everything you want in a football player.
He's a complete midfielder.
Do you know casual
everything.
Casual fans call it. Sorry, just quickly to get this one in. Casual fans call it big. Chelsea apparently have a big game tax. I can break my phone on my head. What's his big game tax? They called the Tottenham performance Chelsea big game tax. I said, it's Kante. So let's strip down in terms of offensively, defensively, and creating concern on both ends of the pitch. What is it about Kante that makes you look like you can win the fucking league?
He's a complete player. I call him Shifoga. He is everything. If you're a footballer, you want to watch a midfielder play, go watch N'Golo Kante. That is a complete midfielder all around.
Tuchel summarizes it by saying there is no other N'Golo Kante in world football, and there has never been one, and there might never be another one. He is such a unique footballer.
Oh my
He's
God.
I have a guy that I'll speak about maybe toward the end.
The day
But the
Kante leave Chelsea,
Olympiacos squad,
my
check
God.
out Olympiacos squad.
I
There's a
might
couple.
cry, man. The day is gonna officially announce, because that guy is very, very big.
Check the Olympiacos squad. All of our scouts are looking at the guy Kamara. Check him out. 5'5", real dude. Obviously needs to be tested at a higher level, but he's looking good. My thing is, and why did Man United never look like a Premier League winner contender, even when Pogba was fit? Forget the unlocking nonsense that we don't speak about.
Because they are too used to superstars, jerseys, and
no. In terms of Pogba as a profile of player, why did he never make Man United look like a team that could win the league?
Pogba, in my own opinion, Pogba was never played as he should, and then he's kind of the kind of player that depends only on talent. He doesn't have that will.
To answer Iriam's question, then I think it's because if it always feels like it felt like Man United were missing a piece. It felt like something was missing in the team. You can tell that Pogba was looking lost. It felt like he needed help in the midfield as well. You understand? That's why there's no way you look at that Man U side, even when they won. I think they beat a club 6. No matter how many goals they score, you just never think they are going to win the league. They just feel like they're missing a few more players.
It's everybody loves to talk about position and all this kind of stuff. When you've played football, and I've not played to a high level at all, but I was decent at football. For me, the teams I remember, whether it was age 12 all the way up to 17 when I stopped, it's up. The players who are ready to win 4-3, who are ready to win 5-3, 5-4. And that doesn't obviously have to happen, because if you get better in your attacks, you suddenly start winning those games 2-0. Ancelotti said the best thing: I don't care how my midfielders start a game, I care how they finish a game. If you can put yourself in that position where you're cruising, and suddenly fitness and all these kind of things change, and position, and then Herrera needs to unlock this. I can't step onto a pitch as Paul Pogba with Luke Shaw, who is thinking about, if I fall on my ass, I'm on the back pages tomorrow. I can step with Matuidi, who's ready to dive, and somebody goes inside, but he picks up the ball and we go again. Do you get the point I'm making? I can't commit if I know you're not committed in your heart. You may be committed in your face, but if you're not committed in your heart to the performance we need to give, it's not just about giving everything. It's about risk-taking, but then also knowing that if I can't double-check all the time. I can't always look over my shoulder. Kante, for me, has never succumbed to any weak players in Chelsea. Do you know the kind of solo goals? Kovacic last game 2-2 that you drew, robbed those points from us. But Kovacic showed. It's not just about Chelsea fans were saying Kovacic, man, he showed up. It's not about showing up. It's about, well, you know what? I don't give a fuck if you guys aren't ready. I am ready. People call it leading by example, but Kante knows exactly what Kovacic did in that game, because Kante has done it many times for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Obviously, Lampard didn't have to, long ball to Drogba. We know how it is. Shout out to Drogba.
Drogba is the man. He knows the man.
Lampard does not to give that hoof ball. Drogba will deal with anything in the air. Control, twist, go.
No, Drogba
I think that's what Chelsea needs right now.
No, it's not just about position. It's about the mental side. So ask yourself, who do you have faith in this squad who can basically play with their heart on their sleeve right now in Chelsea?
There are few, not all of them, just few.
I would say Chilwell. I think Mendy is ready to. I know you guys are not. He's messing up, but he's ready to. We can agree, right?
Yeah, I know Mendy. I know how good Mendy is, but Mendy has been a little bit somehow. He said it's somewhere else.
No, but the point is, he's ready to play with his heart on his sleeve. Lack of focus, we can discuss. That my thing is, Zakaria needs to come. I feel personally, Jorginho is ready too. He wants to play with his heart on his sleeve. I just think that there's too much there's too much humiliation. in the current, the fear of humiliation is how I look at Chelsea. It's a big
I
problem.
agree. And you can tell
I agree.
it has seeped into the team.
It's
And that
diseased your team.
yes.
I noticed it on Koulibaly as well last.
Yeah, see
the last game.
Koulibaly is not scared.
He was
Koulibaly is
scared.
not scared to make a mistake.
Chelsea used to be a team. You took Raul Mireles from me
Oh
because
my
of his
God.
attitude.
That guy.
And he came and balled for you based on it was a team that was ready to play that way.
Yeah.
Fantastic signing from Chelsea.
This guy he just talk everything, man.
Yeah.
Man, let me not lie
This
to
guy
you.
no-
This
no-
current
no-
team.
no- no-
See. Do you know what? This current team needs us
Apart
to
from
go
Thiago
and
Silva,
get-
let's be honest. There's no hungry. Imagine a 38-year-old Thiago
It's not
Silva.
about
It's a
hunger.
psychological thing.
It's not about hunger.
It's a psychological thing. It's a psychological thing. These players, right? I was talking to one of my friends. We need to get John Terry to be part of Tuchel's backroom staff. Yes.
Terry
Mute
and
your
Drogba.
mic.
Terry and
You're
Drogba.
speaking
He needs
facts.
to-
Mute your mic.
Terry and Drogba.
No. This is true. We need John Terry to become part of this backroom staff so that he can drum the beats in these guys for one season. He will tune them back. He'll break anything that's causing them to feel broken. He'll break it and tell them it is broken. You now go and show yourself on that field.
Do you know what was so scary about Chelsea? 2004. I remember I think I was like 8 when he did that interview. I'm born in 95. What was so scary about Chelsea? This blue nonsense. I grew up in Cambridge, about 45 minutes away from London by train. So when you go on that train, you get a feel of different fans. There's a lot of Tottenham fans in East Anglia and Cambridge. So you kind of see, when they made Champions League, sometimes go to London thinking, look at these Tottenham guys on the way to White Hart Lane to go and watch Champions League. It used to piss me off. I don't like Tottenham, small club. When I see all the Chelsea fans move, I'm just like, this is a unified movement. And it came from the pitch. When you see Ashley Cole, you see not just all these fake what's his name? Martinez and Dalot high-fiving. Forget, that's not enough. You need more people. We don't believe you. That is not enough to be high-fiving because you made slide tackle. Fuck out. I'm talking about toughest moments, picking each other up.
Go like clearances, man.
Not just go like clearances. That's the craziest game I ever saw when I said Chelsea are officially a big club. Because as a Liverpool fan, we're always trying to do the history and all this kind of stuff. When I say Chelsea, when you beat Real Madrid, when you beat Barcelona with 10 men, so many of those players, I can count 5 out of 6 of those players that did not want to play that way, out of their skin. Ashley Cole was forcing other. I don't even believe, in my opinion, Lampard wanted to play that way, but he was forced to play like Toni Kroos that night. That is when I said, when you can force another player, Wijnaldum will force certain player to play like this. This Trent will force this other one to play like that. That is when your team is at a ridiculous level. Felamendi, leaving him, for example, sometimes Casemiro saying, I have to protect the other side. Man is doing this. I watched that final many times over. Felamendi saying, no problem. Deep breath. I'm going to do it for you guys. You are forcing me to play this way. But when I'm seeing Kovacic arguing with Thiago Silva about, hey, come back, don't come back, I said, yeah.
Arium, I said it here on this same space, right? And then Abdullah and I think Abdul, or was it Abdul, or you guys just argued with me. You said, no, we have Thiago Silva. I said, we lack leaders in this team. Chelsea lack.
I'm not talking about no, bro. I don't support your club.
We lack. I know what I'm saying. When Liverpool won the Champions League.
But listen, Thiago Silva is telling Kovacic, you need to bring more people. I don't believe just you, because if it's just you that's ready to play that way, then it's not enough.
And that's what I'm saying. I said leaders, not a leader or two. See, that Chelsea team of 2005.
If N'Golo Kante
Chelsea
was
2005 team,
because Silva knows N'Golo Kante will do the job without even.
See, let me
please
tell you
your
guys.
boy the analysis. I don't support your club. I'm analyzing ball with my guys. Football.
See. Let me just say this, right? And I'll just add. See, you see these current players we've bought: Cucurella, Koulibaly, Aubameyang, this Zakaria boy. See,
And Wesley
these
Fofana.
are boys. These are Wesley Fofana. These are boys that want to win. They will not take any nonsense from this existing team. They are coming here to change the status quo because the current team is broken. These new guys, these 6-7 players we bought, those guys are coming into the first team to start.
They don't suffer humiliation. Sterling sticks out for me because he does not suffer humiliation. He doesn't suffer. Sterling played 7 games in a row at Liverpool and always started. He never told Pep bench me. He never scored apart from 1 game against Liverpool. That is somebody with a serious spirit in them. In terms of, don't you dare bench me. Look at Grealish. What did he say about Almiron? And then he's injured for the game. Whatever, bro. You bottled the game. You could have played that game.
That's why I'm happy that see, that was the reason I told Emmy that Ayaz guy, what is his name, Alvarez. That kind of player I like. That mentality guy. That's kind of player I want to choose. Someone
we're getting him, but guess what? And the thing is, people are saying they expect Tuchel to be the one that comes and breaks that barrier by first of all saying, hey guys, we have a problem. We have a problem as a team and we need to start to fix up. Else, people will start leaving this club. And you know, the people that we just sold, all these guys we've let go from Chelsea today and through the summer, most of those guys were brought in. They thought, okay, they will just come, show up. Things have changed. This new regime, they're ready to pay you the salary, but you have to keep your performance consistent. If you don't, they find a way to get rid of you.
Let me explain to me why Koulibaly, the way he played against Tottenham, he has not played it again like that.
The reason why he got a red card. He got
a red card, and Tuchel was angry because Tuchel said he had a competition and they told him, you cannot get frustrated when you are playing a Premier League match. You have to use your brain and be smart. He said it. I told Koulibaly that this is a Premier League match. You don't need to get frustrated. Players, officials will get you frustrated. But you are experienced enough to soak that frustration in you as a player and coerce your experience and show the world how good of a player you are. He said, I had a conversation with him. He said it one-on-one. We had a conversation, and I told him, they will frustrate you, but play your game.
No, but you see, this is where you are missing the analysis. I watched the Leeds game. Koulibaly did not shout at anybody on the left side or in the middle. That is where I feel there's a hierarchy issue. And I'm not sure Chelsea Football Club dressing room is a sporting meritocracy anymore.
Bros, where do you live now? Let me send you this shayo now. We can just drink.
When Balak when Balak came, Balak was I remember when he came to Chelsea, I thought to myself,
he was the German captain when he came.
I said to myself that this team, that means that they are ready to accept that kind of quality. The same way all these, certain characters in my squad, Henderson and these kind of guys, fine, I get it. You guys think you have achieved. Okay, here's Thiago Alcantara. Everybody shut up. No problem. Everybody ready to shut up. You can't obviously always, only want that kind of standard of player to tell you to shut up because it could be another player. Lucas Sukic, if he comes, I hope he's able to tell
you. You know the funny part? Because what you said, I've noticed it.
What you just said is
what you
fact.
said. I noticed it in
Chelsea has been defeated.
You know the funny part?
It's weird. It looks like a social media thing. Then some is like with the fans.
You know the funny part?
How do you answer me? How do you respect the current Chelsea?
You see those players, they always say, he said when N'Golo Kante plays in Chelsea, they said it. When he said he doesn't speak, but when he say one word, nobody in that dressing room, both the fans, both the player, have audacity to speak back when he talks. Nobody.
Okay, Abdul, answer me this. How do you earn respect in the current Chelsea dressing room? Not the way you want it. How do you see it? Friends? Groups?
I think his popularity with the fans.
His popularity with the fans.
I disagree. I totally disagree.
I think so.
What do you think?
I disagree.
I think that's how the hierarchy is built in Chelsea.
I totally disagree because in football, no matter how popular you are with the fans, your performances on the pitch speak for you. Even for some of us who played football, we didn't play professionally, but we tried, it didn't work out. The most respected players, whether they were the captains or not, the most respected players in the dressing room were always part of the best players, the undroppables, the guys that our coach will tell you, look at this guy.
But does that resemble Chelsea to you for the last 2 to 4 years?
Yeah, we are talking about Kante right now. Kante is not vocal, but he's probably one of the most respected in the team. Because the only challenge we have with Kante is the injuries he's having these days and all that. Right? We have not had our most respected players in the last decade have not been vocal players. Eden Hazard,
Kante vouch for in that squad. Not who can vouch for who can Kante vouch for in your opinion?
Who can Kante vouch for?
Mason Mount, maybe. Mason Mount, maybe. Here's my argument, please. Here's my argument. My argument is there's a team is a building. There's always something that makes that team click. Back then we had Eden Hazard, the game changer. There's always one player that makes every other person plays better. We need to have that player. It can be one, it can be two. Back then we had 2 or 3 of them. Now, N'Golo Kante is at the end of his career right now. He cannot do what he used to do back then. If he does that, he's going to get injured frequently. Now, what we need is a player that can make every other person better. And most likely, those players are most likely midfielders or wingers, not even the defenders. That's why the Thiago Silva, Koulibaly, blah, 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 they can only say so much. How about the attackers? Who coordinates the attackers? Havertz is just there. Mason Mount is just there. Everybody's just there. Who coordinates those guys? That's what I'm saying. And you don't coordinate those guys vocally. You coordinate those guys by your performance. Link up play. Joao Mata was someone like that too. He wasn't vocal, but he had a way of influencing every other person. Hey, this is how I want to play. Play like this. This I want a 1-2 here and there. That's how we had the Oscar Mata stuff.
My brother, I asked you a difficult question.
But you know something. Let me add, right? So you know that team that Oscar Mata and Hazard were, they still had those. They had. It was a new generation, yes, but they had a rub-off of the previous generation who just won the Champions League, right? Most of the players that won that Champions League, some of them still stayed in that, in that transition phase to the Hazard era, like Ivanovic, like Czech, all those players were there. Those guys were still vocal in that dressing room. You could not do anyhow in that dressing room. Right now,
I'm saying my point. That's my point. My point is being vocal is overrated. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't work 2-4-7. There's a balance.
You don't have to be. You don't have to
talking about being vocal.
Leadership.
I didn't mention.
You don't have to be vocal to show leadership. What we're saying is right. When the chips are down, just look at our current form. We lost 2 in our first 5 league games, right? This is the time you get that rile up from those players or those person like John Terry. Can you imagine John Terry is in this dressing room?
Oh my God!
To Southampton,
and he's smelling like us.
And then wait, and he's telling someone that hey, you are not covering your space. You're not covering where you should cover, and our defense is leaking. And the person is saying, I'm trying to go up. I'm trying. He'll just come straight to you and give you a big slap. Those guys don't play.
Exactly, they don't play.
My biggest issue.
They understand what
you have to go back to Kepa not coming off the pitch that day. How did you not know that the dressing room?
On that side,
system needed to be detonated when that kind of thing happened. How did you not start a fire?
And John Terry was not, and it was even lucky John Terry was not the captain. If it was John Terry that was the captain, he wouldn't do this bullshit.
Let me ask you this, Emmy. That Ramirez team, the other team, even the first team. What was I used to watch Dennis Wise. I think my brother had it.
Dennis Wise,
my brother is still downstairs. You guys relax. I don't support your club. Stop reminiscing, guys. Stop reminiscing.
Oh man, I can go Celestine Babayaro. Striker Torre Andre Flo. Man, we have ballers too. We won the Cup Winners' Cup.
Hey,
ahead,
you guys, you mistreated Leso. Leso was a baller.
So let me come to
Graham Leso.
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my last
finish
point.
your point about Zakaria.
My point
Because
is,
I want to go to Zakaria.
all these teams, Duff, Wayne Bridge, that game that you beat Arsenal in, I remember watching that game. It's
2004 Champions League quarterfinals. Bridge.
It's Bridge. that late run. I think it's across.
You remember that quarterfinal in 2004?
Yeah, you guys went to
beat
lose to
Arsenal.
Monaco.
That was the announcement. That game was the announcement of Chelsea Football Club in the Roman era.
Listen, I put that game
in that quarterfinal in the Champions League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was when we actually told everybody that, hey, Chelsea is going to be a force.
In terms of footballing tilts, I put that game on the same level as when we beat Tottenham in 2019.
We have two Sita here.
But my point is, all those Chelsea teams, I used to fear them because they all used to hold hands. If you've played football, you know, or any sports, rugby, not tennis, any team sports, you know when you're holding hands with your fellow teammates.
Yeah.
This Chelsea team to me are banter because they don't hold hands. How did you win the Champions League? You were all holding hands through each performance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
This team you don't hold hands.
You don't. And you know why? You know why this thing is happening? You know why this is happening? You know why this is happening? Social media has involved where the players has been feed into the world of social media. See, I keep saying it. If a player is not playing bad, I will criticize, but people knows me very well. I'm a very vocal. I will criticize you if you don't play well. I'll criticize Mount. I'm a huge fan of Kaya, but I'm criticizing him now because I know that guy is a talented player, but he has not been showing enough to justify the talented player he is. How criticize him because he's not showing enough? So if you look at a player like Terry, Drogba, Lampard, Ashley Cole and Co, those are players that's gonna give all their heart, their soul to the club. When we won the Champions League, there was something called togetherness in that team where everybody wanted to give that. But you see, player like Mason Mount, he wants to score goals. Mason doesn't understand. I need to assist more, link up, play more, bring my team together. Let's play together as a team. How Mason knows is I want to score goals. Shoot, score. That is the education England is being taught in them. It's different than Germany. Germany understand I know how to play football. That's why when people go at Kaya, I don't go at him because that guy has brain to play football. He understands. He knows how to play ball.
Abdullah, if Reece goes forward, is Mason Mount humble enough and aware enough and emotionally intelligent enough to cover him and stay in his own half?
Never.
No. Mason Mount run into the box and go there and try to get the ball and try to shoot.
But you know all what we are criticizing about Mason Mount. Basically, Lampard did all that during his younger days.
No,
Lampard. Are you all aware? Did you watch Lampard at West Ham? Did you all watch Lampard at West Ham?
Yeah, but
even the early days at Chelsea.
No, but he was erratic.
Now, it's a function. The criticisms we have against Mason Mount is a function of coaching. They are the basis of football, yes. But positional play is imbibed by the coach. Conte did that for the team. Ancelotti did that for the team. Mason Mount has a lot to learn in terms of position. He cannot give what you don't have.
But the value system
Mason Mount is giving what he has right now. That's what is he cannot give what he doesn't have. It's not something that just comes on. He's not at his peak yet. Is he a growing player? You guys should go and watch Lampard back in the days.
The value system at Chelsea Football Club as if somebody that does not support your club, it looks like it has changed. SCM, you basically knew, any player that came to Chelsea, you knew what they had to do to basically rise up in that current value system. That's why Kalou, for example, how I saw him, he earned his sort of respect through a different level, a different form in the value system, which was consistent effort and always showing up. I almost like he had a little bit more heart than, I would say, Sean Wright-Phillips, who I would say on the ball, they were the same. You guys might say otherwise. I don't support your club. I don't care. My point is that Kalou had that same spirit and that there were different ways to earn respect. For example, I think Deco, okay, you want to be the quality guy, but bro, it's not enough. That's why I think he didn't last that long at Chelsea. Because if you want to come to the sexy quality thing, there's other guys that have done that more effortlessly than you. That's so right now. I don't see clear value systems. What Rhys James is doing is an anomaly to me.
Yep.
What who else is performing?
Is it for me when they say the player that came from the academy the best is
no, but
James.
let's not be harsh. Who else is performing? You guys tell me who else is performing and how I identify that what they're doing in that value system.
Cucurella is performing.
He's performing, I believe, because he seems like he's making higher IQ passes. How I see Chelsea. So yes, okay, stick to your higher IQ thing, but I feel like
Sterling is performing too.
Sterling is performing too.
Sterling is performing for me. No humiliation.
Rhys James.
Sterling didn't let anybody say,
Silva.
Jesus has scored. Sterling has not scored. No debut goal. No debut. Sterling is a big man. He doesn't care about that nonsense. He's collecting his 200 racks a week because he knows who he is as a man and as an individual. So for me, I look at Chelsea thinking to myself, okay, Mason Mount, do you believe that you should earn your respect the same way every week, or are you basically coming here to try and earn your respect? That's sporadic.
But people will tell you that.
I
don't want to say Mason Mount stuff, but people will tell you Mason Mount is not a creator. He's just a disruptor. He's someone that is supposed to hustle to get the ball. He's not supposed to be the one that makes the final pass. That's not. He's the one that needs to run into the box, and maybe if he has
man had the highest assist last season for Chelsea. He had the assist for the Champions League final goal. Why are we talking like this? I don't understand.
I'm talking about value system.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
No, I'm saying that it seems like there's a lot of reward for like.
We are not addressing the problem. Mason Mount has played. Mason Mount has played how many positions this season? He plays. Sometimes he plays on the left side of the attack. Sometimes he plays on the right side of the attack. Sometimes he plays as an attacking midfielder. What is Mason Mount's position? Let's ask that question in the first place.
Hold on. So, bro, you see all this abuse and insults Mount is always getting, right? Like, I don't see. I always criticize Mount, right? But I feel like there are some people that just don't like that boy because of the fact that he's playing for Chelsea. And I still, even there are some Chelsea fans that will open their dirty mouth, no offense, right? To just say that, Mount is shit. Mount is this boy. You keep talking this boy shit. This boy is not good enough. He has won Chelsea's best player back to back. The first player that has done it since Hazard. And I just don't understand the criticism. If you want to say, okay, this season he hasn't played well. Last season too, he didn't start well. But at the end of the day, who had more goals and who had more assists? He had most goals and assists in Chelsea, in that Chelsea team. I just don't understand the eight. So, see, don't get me wrong. Right? When I hold on. When I watch Mason Mount, don't get me wrong. I get frustrated too when I watch Mount because I know for a fact that there are some passes he should have, like that against Southampton. He was supposed to give Havertz one pass. He didn't give it on time, right? But the truth is that when the going gets tough, this boy always step up. Maybe aside the Carling Cup final that he messed up, right? But he stepped up against.
Can I ask a question?
Hold on. FA Cup final, he stepped up against Madrid. Mount against Madrid in that second leg. Mount was our best player on that day. Mount, if not because of them counting that messed up.
What Arion brought up is meritocracy. The reason why he brought and he's not a Chelsea fan. This is someone watching from outside, right? He's a Liverpool fan. He's talking about meritocracy as a key factor that is breaking this Chelsea team. It has seeped into the entire team because merit, the way people are being played, they are not earning it. And if they're not earning it, it's causing division in the team. And then all of a sudden, people that are supposed to come together to play as a team are not playing as a team. They're not listening to instructions anymore.
Yeah. Even Tuchel he also complained about that a lot in his
Twitter. You guys should not take it as we're trying to put Mason Mount. No, we're not. What we're trying to say in general. What we're trying to say
in general because of the criticism is getting too much. That's what I'm saying.
No, the entire football team is broken.
Yeah, it is. And that has to do with the coach.
I disagree with that statement that the entire team is broken. I totally disagree. I can't say Chelsea team is. I totally disagree. Liverpool was like that. Liverpool. I said it earlier. I made a statement earlier. I said There's always that player. One is a piece of the puzzle that makes every other thing click. Liverpool had that problem. Everybody thought Liverpool was broken until Van Dijk came. What happened? That's the same thing with Chelsea. We just need that one or two. It's not. How can you say the whole team is broken?
Okay, can I come in? Now, let me explain to you what is going on right now in my club in terms of what they're asking Van Dijk to basically do what he was doing before. And he's asking for midfielders because he's saying that, look, I've done it for you guys for 4.5 years. Give me now a midfielder in a slightly older age, and I can do some of my attributes, but I can't do. And they're saying, no, you cost 75 million. Alisson, you cost 80 million. You will continue to sweep. Van Dijk, you will play on the halfway line. How did he work successfully initially when he came? Because there was a plan for when he came, and it was explained to everybody in the team. This is going to be your role so that the 75 million is recouped on the pitch. And nobody had anything to say about it because they knew they must all hold hands. Do you think I don't care about Mason Mount or as I said, it's always I like to talk to any of these guys to talk about my club. And when I ask you guys about your thoughts on the midfielder profile I want, and sometimes you guys appreciate when I talk about your club and other clubs because it's a different opinion. And I just like talking to fans of other big clubs, you know. Mm-hmm. Shout out Arsenal and them, man. Now my thing is, why does Mason Mount enjoy those Real Madrid games? I thought he was good in the Carling Cup final. Of course, you guys support Chelsea, so you expect him to finish those chances. I'm just thinking, he's popping up. You know, he's playing like a thief. He was playing like a burglar. You know, Erling Haaland style of runs. Now you see me, now you don't. That kind of run. You know, see the way Mason Mount, I laugh at that. He was playing like a thief, which is a good style sometimes. Thief football. Just, hey, let me just sneak. Tom and Jerry football.
Havertz was the one playing as a thief in the FA Cup.
No, bro. Let me tell you something
about
Mason
Mount. Let me finish.
Hold on.
Let me just say lastly. Why can Mason Mount not ask
we're just going to go back to our topic. I don't want.
Why can't he say to the rest of the team, can we play like this all the time? Does he not have the clout in the team to say, I want to play like, I want to hold hands together and relentless?
Oh no, bro.
You're asking that of a 23-year-old. Arium, you're asking this of a 23-year-old who dropped up from Derby County 2 years.
I would like to also add that this guy does not have a particular position.
Arium, aside
Mason Mount does not have a particular position. I also like to add.
I don't even want to tell me Joe Cole did not do that for you guys.
Relax
he
now.
forced you high up the pitch.
Arium, relax. All these players have different attributes and the talent level are different from each other. These guys are different. See, all of this happening in Chelsea is a result of it. I will not call it. I want to call it terrible, but a lot of Chelsea fans will say it's not terrible. The way we have been run for years, firing manager. If we kept on doing it, and we never gave youth a chance, and what happened? The moment we gave youth a chance, the whole fan, people started complaining, and the whole fan base became
we've not won the league. We've not won the league in 6 years.
What happened? Even after we gave youth a chance, we still fired the manager. So everyone believed in their mentality. Okay, if I'm not doing well, I don't want to push myself after this limit. Probably they'll fire the manager, and then maybe the next person that comes will make me play better than this. So, you get my point. So that's why I believe. That's why I strongly believe. And then aside that, Emi, the quality, you cannot disregard the quality, Baba. If you put pound for pound, Michael Essien, Ramirez, Mirel in the same squad at the same time. Mikel Obi, number one.
Lampard.
It's no joke. It's not like we had all these small boys. We had big shots in the team. Quality, bro. We had Ricardo Carvalho and Terry at the back.
Yeah,
we had
Alex
actually
remember Alex.
Quality players,
what class level? It's no joke. It's not like we are patching. We're basically patching the team right now. We're using Thiago Silva is our best defender, and he's even past his prime. Can you imagine that? And that shows his quality. He just came to Chelsea, and it shows the quality we've not had for years. Can you just imagine that? Mm-hmm.
But respectfully, bro, I'm just saying that
we don't have
I watched an argument between Kovacic and Thiago Silva, two senior players, arguing essentially about how they were going to approach the press of my team in a final. Please, you can't.
You are still
telling me what you are still telling me what I already know.
Wait,
I'm telling you,
what's your insight on that?
There's no leadership in this team,
and
it boils down from the
it's
manager.
Not that deep. It's about how do we want to play this game.
Were you at the stadium?
Yes.
Yeah, hold on, one at a time, please. Hold on.
You were at the stadium.
Yeah. Sorry,
guys. You are at Wembley.
Yes,
it was at Wembley. Yeah.
Okay, it was at Wembley. He witnessed everything in real time.
Bro, I knew we were going to win that game just because of that argument, and I knew that. Wow, Chelsea actually have some problems. You are in a final, and Kovacic and basically it was 2 senior players. I said.
Yeah.
Did that just, bro? I saw Kovacic kind of pointing.
To continue, what you said that day, what you said, I noticed that in the final. And if you watch along with,
what's your thoughts on that, Abdullah?
I was pissed off, and I said it. If N'Golo Kante was the one that was there, Silva would not talk because Kante knows his job. N'Golo knows it. See, you don't need to tell Kante 2 + 2 = 4. You don't need to talk because he knows what to do. He knows his job. He knows I need to press this time. I need to fall back this time. I need to do this time. I need to do that this time. That is how Kante. That is everybody.
So you think it's fair enough for Thiago Silva to be nervous about Kovacic wanting to go higher up?
You said what?
No, you don't know. You don't know why. You don't know why he was pointing hands anyway. You might actually be in the stadium and don't have a clue what they were talking about or what
bro,
it meant.
Kovacic.
You are just imagining in your
body
head.
gestures.
No.
It's just imagining. And you just thinking there's a chance.
That was such an interesting moment for me. Kovacic was pointing that we need to go. Mane was basically stressing his life. And then Thiago Silva was saying, no, we're under the cosh. Wait. Kovacic is saying, this is not what Real Madrid taught me about.
But that's not a lie. You are just guessing.
Black, he was there now. How can you say a lie?
We watched it here too now. Was he beside Kovacic?
No, he was TV, camera. It's different from
so we were watching here as well.
Brother.
I don't agree.
Bro,
he said this is not what he learned in Madrid. What's that?
The argument continued. It was going
on. Senior player in Madrid. Was he a senior player in Madrid?
Things now. Yeah,
accept what?
Bro, I'm telling you,
they were vexing, and you watched it.
They weren't vexing.
Yeah, but that's it's not wrong.
Arguing for like a full 2-3 minutes about it.
2-3 minutes. They left the game. Come on, bro.
No, they didn't leave the game. He just
2-3 minutes.
It was.
You know what 2-3 minutes is within the match?
Okay, but what's your thoughts on that?
He's lying.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good sign.
No one's saying it's a good or bad thing. I'm saying that it's about the team. Like, does the team want to all play the same way?
Wait, the team isn't complete yet, and the players around it, they know the quality of their teammates. They know the absentees, and they know what the quality of the guys that are not available is. And some of them are even confused about what Thomas Tuchel is trying to pass to them. I'll be honest with that.
That one for sure. Yeah.
They are even some of them are confused about the message that is being passed.
Even us
some of them don't even like
are confused too. Fans are confused.
Some of the players they look lost.
Bro, see again, bro. Let me even point something out, right? Let me point something out, bro. I'm so sorry, right? Against Southampton, right? That 2-1 that the recent match that we lost, right? I wish, you know what, right? I wish some of those coaches after losing the game, I wish they could actually come and make a press conference and say, "Oh, this is why he did this tactics." Because that tactics, when he went to a back 3, right, back 5 or whatever, right, then they put Pulisic in the wing back, right. I even feel like when we're playing with the back 4, we're still creating chances. But this idiot somehow just wanted to play that back 3 by force, by fire.
No.
And guess what?
Because
bro. But when we change to a back 5, right, we stop creating chances. When they put Pulisic on the wing back, if you watch that match very well, chances were not coming anyhow. When he did that, when he took out of when he made one stupid substitution. He made one stupid substitution that he just killed. Was it Jorginho? I don't know what did he take out that he just killed the attack. He killed the attack that we were not creating chances at all.
Jude, before we move on, we can criticize manager and players when they don't do it. It's normal.
Abdullah, this is on Tuchel.
This is a personal issue. Like I said, everybody will get criticism. But it's like before I started this team, I already said it. Todd Bowley and Egbali have done all what they can do now. They have back
Bro,
to now.
Adolai.
Now is on
he
him to
has no
perform.
excuse anymore. He has no
That's
with
what
this
I'm saying.
Aubameyang. With this
He has
Aubameyang,
no
he has no
excuse
excuse.
anymore.
He has to
He
deliver.
has to perform.
He has to deliver.
He has
I
to
don't
perform.
care how you will do it, but you have to be in that top 4. You have to be in that
He has to
top 4.
perform.
Because
Yo,
So
I
the way Chelsea
respect
is
you.
looking right
Whoever
now-
just spoke, I respect you. I respect your passion because
exactly.
you
So
know at times you drift into being a fan. I remember I'm not a fan. Maybe I rate your players more than you guys do.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm not a fan. So your players are not performing for me. I'm just watching football. I really think some of your players are really great players. Let me just finish on that before Abdullah gets to go on with the show. But my thing is just like, apart from rating your players quite highly, I really think some of them are brilliant players. I just feel like this Chelsea team, when you lose to Arsenal, as a Liverpool fan, I don't look at Chelsea and think, oh, when you lost to Arsenal at the end of the season, that's a big deal. Do you think Man City, we're not looking at that? Well, what kind of that's not Chelsea. Chelsea, I feel, perform when their reputations are on the line. And that is a good and bad thing. Would you not say so?
Yeah.
This current Chelsea team, this current one, whether you want to call them social media FC or whatever, this current Chelsea team,
you always perform when
they
like
perform
when you least expect.
when Arsenal,
when you least expect.
let's be real here. Arsenal, your reputation is not on the line against Arsenal. Okay, Nketiah scored, no problem. You think I don't judge Chelsea if you lose against Arsenal? I don't give a fuck. Arsenal is Arsenal. But when your reputation is on the line, I feel like this team holds hands and comes alive. Ziyech will stay. This one will cover. Havertz will do. This one will go. This one will assist. This one will keep pass. When the reputation is on the line, they all celebrate together. They know how to hug. They know how to high five this team. Don't give the lack of teamwork any effing excuses, because I've suffered it with Liverpool. They know how to hug, but they don't know how to pick each other up, or they don't know how to get each other up for a 12:30 kickoff away at Villa Park. I've been to this kind of bullshit with those kind of untrustworthy players. You cannot tell me you know how to hug and high five, but then you don't know how to get through a boring game. It's rubbish. I've been through that. Trust me.
Let's
But do not ignore the lack of quality though. After all said and done, do not ignore the lack of quality. Do not ignore. You cannot put pound for pound Chelsea team before this whole review thing, when we had Marcos Alonso and all these players. You cannot ignore Mason Mount, put him beside Barella, put him beside Kevin De Bruyne. You can't ignore the lack, not enough quality. You cannot just say he's not doing this, he's not doing that. Sometimes the quality is not.
Maybe you don't know the history of your club truly. You don't know the kind of things that average players used to do for your club. Maybe you should really look at the history of your club and understand what your club really was and how you managed to get a bit of love from fans before the money. Maybe you should understand who some of those players are and how those personalities kept on wanting to come to your club, like Good Johnson. It's not because of money, it's because of what the players they saw, the personalities. Do you know Gus Poyet? Go out and really research the history of your club if you really want to understand what that team actually is. What is somebody like Dennis Wise represented what Jamie Vardy is today in terms of level 2, step 2, plumber, something, this, that, in terms of not meant to have that beautiful career. Really understand the history of your club. Trust me. Because it's not about having the Ricardo Carvalho. That's not the only Chelsea. I know Otto Glass Chelsea is the one that I know. The one I feared was the real.
That Jesse, yeah.
You need to understand the history of your club, extracting the total output, everything you can from a player. Go and look at Duff and those kind of guys, and know that teamwork is everything in sports. Everything.
I agree. Abdul, Denis Zakaria, your take on him?
Yeah, so the thing is,
why are you laughing, Abdul?
Because I've been busy listening to everyone.
That was a good conversation. That was
First and foremost, what I need to say is I'm actually really proud of this stream, because either you like it or not, Todd Bowley actually listens to our stream here, so don't miss it anytime we are on.
Guys, like that video, subscribe, guys. I beg.
How many?
I am not a proper Chelsea fan, but I get shoko for my head, so relax.
How many times? What did we say on this stream? We said it on this stream that this particular team, or the transitioning team, that needs a minimum of 6 potential starters.
Yeah.
Before we even start talking about competition with Liverpool or Man City. We need an injection of 6 potential starters in this team. And how many have we got? 6 of them.
6 of them, yeah.
6 of them, right? So that's a good baseline to have. That's number one.
And it doesn't
Number
stop from spending also. It doesn't stop us from spending also next season.
sorry?
It doesn't stop us from spending next season also too.
Of course, we've got to build. We've got to keep building. And one thing about this kid is, can somebody just give him a compilation of
Let me see.
what's it called?
Zakaria. Let me see.
And Yaya Toure, and say, just play like these guys, just emulate these guys, deliver like these guys. If I don't really know much about him, but I've sort of like watched enough highlights about him since we've signed him, or since his name has come to play. He looks to me like he might actually be a real deal. So it's more or less like when we had that unstable team, 2013, sorry, 2000
That's him. That's him.
yeah, 2012, 2013 team, and that team was quite unstable. And then Reno came in 2013, and in the January of 2013, he added Matic.
Mati, Costa, Felipe Luis.
No. 2013, 2014. When he took over in 2013, and then when he got to January, he brought in Matic, and then the team became a little bit more stable,
Yeah.
right? So that is, if this guy is actually meant to plug in that kind of manner, then I think we've actually got something good here. What he will do is stabilize our team a bit more, especially the midfield. And again, referencing what we've been saying in this stream, we have been saying that we need somebody that can challenge our 3 first-tier midfield players, Kante, Kovacic, and sorry,
Jordi.
Kovacic and Jorginho. Somebody that has the potential to actually challenge them and bench one of them. This guy is the first guy that I've seen that can actually match them pound for pound in that team. This guy will definitely put one of them on the bench from what I've seen so far. So that's a good refreshing of our midfield, because those 3 guys have been carrying our midfield for the past like 3-4 seasons. So it's not easy, especially in the Premier League. Everything I've seen about him, I've actually liked so far. So the thing is, it's not left for Tuchel,
Yeah.
because I still have a feeling that Tuchel makes a lot of mistakes from time to time. I don't know, maybe it's making he's taking those decisions based on the player available and the
Right.
data,
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. That was what I was about to say. About to
it's
say.
just a strategic mistake that he's making.
Excuses.
Okay, one thing, no, I said I don't know. So it's not excuses. So it's really, we don't really know, because we are not in the inside. But from the players we get now, I'm kind of like curious in terms of what, because before we got this guy, I'm thinking we're going to go at least till January. We're going to go with 3 at the back.
Yeah, but even after the Aubameyang league, I was hearing of because I asked Carl yesterday. I wanted to look at the Mexico guy that plays for Ajax, Alvarez, because that one is a pure defensive. That's
Yeah,
a pure
exactly.
DM.
Thank you very much.
That's a
So
sitting
when
DM.
when I had that guy mentioned, I'm thinking, if we get that guy, then are we going to change our approach then? And then obviously this guy came in. So it seems to me that might give us at least an opportunity to play with 4
4 at the back. Then in
at the
January, we
back
can go
or
back to
3
there
at
and
the
get
back. We don't know
Havertz.
which one Tuchel would go with. But the thing is, no. But what I was just going to say is what I'm hoping for going forward is like I want Tuchel to pick a setup
A lineup and
and
stick with it.
just stick with it.
Yeah.
And stick with like a formation, and whoever is able to actually compete, and whoever is able to like get a shirt and secure a position, let them secure that position based on as somebody said, meritocracy. Let's just stick with it, because I think some of this shifting position, changing formation might not be helping players as sometimes. Like you're shifting formation, you play back 3, and then you shift again, you play back 4. And then sometimes in games you're shifting. You're saying when we have the ball, we play 4 at the back. When we don't have the ball, we play 3 at the back or 5 at the back. And when we don't have the ball, this player stands here. And when we have the ball, it's not easy on those players, especially in the Premier League that is more physically sapping. So what I would just say is like, I really hope like those mistakes that Tuchel has been making are not his own mistakes, or not coming from him, or are just based on maybe the players that are made available and the data that are made available to him. That is what is causing those mistakes. Because I think we now have a team that is more, if you compare this team and you compare the 6 potential starters injected into the team, and you compare it to the team we had at the end of last season, it's obvious this team seems to be much more better.
Yeah.
So
the only thing
for
a winger, maybe in the mood of Zaha or Saint Maximin. I know most Chelsea fans now, from what they've seen over the past few weeks, they would take Ousmane Dembele in a snap. But what were they saying? What were Chelsea supporters saying? Like 2 months ago, they're like, "Oh no, we don't want to buy Dembele. He's injury prone." Blah blah blah. I'm sure they would take Dembele now. So the only thing is, I wish we had got like, I wish were able to snap, Zaha, but what really. So to be honest, I've forgotten most of what I was going to say about this guy, because I've been listening to you guys for like an hour and so. I don't know, but he looks like a really good player, man. It's a different profile, and I just hope like he can just
deliver. Oh, because Denis Zakaria.
Evening. Yeah. So in January, when we were looking at Fernandinho replacements, we studied 6 defensive midfielders. He was one of them. We looked at him. We looked at Frankie de Jong. We looked at Calvin Phillips. We looked at Declan Rice, about 6 other people. And what we did was when we ranked them, we felt he was not top, but one of the guys who was a good guy, right? Good guy, defensive, not much creativity, but a defensive guy, right? Which didn't surprise us when he went to Juventus. Which didn't surprise me that Juventus are willing to let him go. The question for me is, what are Chelsea looking for? Are they looking for a creator, or are they adding more defensive players to the mix? That is the question, right? If you're looking for a creator, he's not a creator.
He's not a creator.
He's not a creator. He's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
Much better defensively than Jorginho.
And he's very physical.
But you have all those guys already, right?
Oh, sorry.
And then the other question to Abdul. So Abdul talks about, you don't want teams to be able to change formations. The reality is that in the modern game, teams change formations all the time in game, all the time. 4-3-3, 3-box-3, 2-3-5. They just switch based on where they're on the field. It's the modern game. That's what Liverpool do.
If you don't got money, why you coming down?
It's the modern game. You don't have a team just do 4-2-3-1 and that's it.
Carl, did you study Manu Kone, who's in Gladbach now?
Kone, we didn't look at Kone. No, we didn't look at Coney. We didn't look at Coney.
it.
But we looked
Because-
at Denis Zakaria.
What-
He's good defensively, you know.
Because what you're saying is the reason we are pissed off at Jorginho is because he doesn't have that physicality and he's too slow in terms.
He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have anything.
Let
doesn't
me
have
land.
anything.
Relax.
Let's be honest.
Let me
Stop.
land.
I don't. Hold on. I know you guys will say, "Oh, he controls the tempo." What kind of tempo does he create? That guy is shit. That
Well, you
guy
know the
is
funny
shit,
thing
let's
about
be
this,
honest.
if you have a Zakaria and Jorginho, then you have two, right? You have a creator and you have a defensive guy.
Oh, please, bro, Oga. Jorginho doesn't create shit. Let's be honest. He can't. This guy cannot pass. If he passes, he eats it too much. Converses can still pass than Jorginho. Converses can still pass than Jorginho. Is just. I think most Chelsea fans are like maybe all those Sarri stands that they want saying, "Oh, he can pass." What pass? What can pass? This guy can only eat. If this guy eats like 50 passes, maybe two would be on target. Maybe two. Example. Hold on.
Do you know you have
Example,
not
his
seen?
pass against Newcastle last season. That was perfectly timed. But he only does that once in a freaking while. That's what I'm so upset about. That guy is not.
But do you know you have not seen a full-blooded
Jorginho?
Jorginho?
What? Wait, what?
Do you know you have in Chelsea you have barely seen a
please,
full-blooded
I don't want to hear that. Please, this guy has been here for 4 years. He's already 32 or 31. What else do you want to see?
No, he's performing like a stopgap.
He's
He's
just
performing
30,
like a stopgap. He's performing like a
That
stopgap.
guy is not good enough. Let's be honest, please. I know people say, "Oh, he was thought in Ballon d'Or," because that's what his fans are saying. He was thought in Ballon d'Or by chance. But why? Because Kante carried his ass in the UCL, in the Euros. Okay, he played okay in the Euros.
Bro, I'm not an
just thought by
Italian.
chance.
I don't care about Jorginho. I like football and analyzing football. I'm not.
No, man, I just don't like people like that. Guy is not good enough. I beg. I'm not a fan. I've never been a fan of that guy. That guy is not good enough.
I just wanted to
He's
pick
not
up
good
on
enough.
Carl's points.
He's not good. Oga, that guy is not good enough. Okay, I don't care what anybody says about Jorginho, and I'm not fazed by that guy at all. The only thing he does well in football is penalties. Penalties, that's his spec.
Okay,
But
I just
what
want to
else
pick
does
up
he
on
do?
Carl's points about him not being a creator. The thing is, Carl, he's a line. I've been watching him since probably about 3 years now, because Liverpool have been linked to Zakaria for ages. Absolutely. Ever since Wijnaldum was talking about leaving the club. So we've been linked for, even before that, we've been linked for ages. Emre Can living days. The thing with Zakaria, you say he's not a creator, but he's a line breaker. Now, this Chelsea current team, especially in that midfield, is lacking identity. My club, Liverpool, we were basically begging for the midfield we had. So we know the identity we want. So with this current Chelsea, what I fear, but also I guess exciting for Chelsea fans is, what is it that the fans and then the players on the pitch, the boardroom and the manager are going to ask him to repeat again? I think it's that line breaking. I know Abdullah, his white eyes will be shining if he sees Zakaria break the line in a way Jorginho never has been able to.
Bro,
he's going to ask you to do it again and again. Let me finish. So my thing is, what do you think the rest on the pitch, the rest of the players on the pitch are going to ask? Because you can't ask the player to continue to repeat the most physically demanding attributes of them. That it's stupid. Rodri can break the line, but Man City don't ask him to do that all the time. It's stupid. It's dumb. De Bruyne doesn't defend as much because Man City can't ask him to physically do that all the time. It's stupid. Liverpool, we can't ask Salah to always track back. It's dumb. It's stupid. He's not Mane. So what are Chelsea going to ask Zakaria to repeat? That is football. Repeatable action.
Let me tell you something, right? See, anybody that has watched Chelsea for at least, I don't want to say maybe under Lampard, right? Or maybe under Tuchel. When Tuchel won the UCL, right? But anybody that watched Chelsea from the beginning of last season, you could tell that team was lacking a defensive midfielder so freaking bad. And that was why I was so... Oh, damn.
We lost you, brother.
Hold on.
Oh, my God.
Bro, that's why.
Carl is here.
You need to go out and come in. Go out and come in. Your mic is breaking up.
Don't ask him to break the line.
I know. Nice to see you here. I was even about to text you that, man. We're having some good discussions, man.
What happened, me? What did happen, my guy?
No. We really were talking about a lot of team building, team. Just some things are wrong with our team, Chelsea Football Club. A lot of
So
people
let me
don't
come.
agree, but what's his name? Arium. He raised very good value points, and he's a Liverpool fan.
The question for me is ultimately that what does Tuchel want to create? What philosophy does he want to create?
It's not even
Right?
Tuchel.
If you're looking for a line breaker, right? We know Liverpool like to press with the midfielders. Their midfielders.
Okay. Abdullah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
The question is, what does he want to create?
Much better.
Does he want to do 4-3-3 high press like Liverpool?
We'll find out. I think we'll find out in the coming weeks what Tuchel wants to do, because now he's bought his players, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I took said it in the press conference that after the transfer window finish, then they should be able to judge Chelsea. That they should judge Chelsea.
Don't get me wrong, Abdullah. I like Zakaria. I think it's a good buy. Like I said, we do.
But what of the Havertz guy I told you about this morning?
He's okay too. The Zakaria is good too. They are both about the same. My only problem.
Hold on. Well, who's better? Who's better though? If you had to pick one for your team, who would you pick?
I'll pick Zakaria.
I'll pick Zakaria.
Oh, really?
Oh, different profiles. Now you can't just ask these kind of out of context questions.
No, but they are both defensive midfielders now.
Zakaria is both defensive midfielders.
Zakaria
is a pure defensive midfielder.
Zakaria. What team does Alvarez play for?
Ajax.
And how long has he been at Ajax?
He plays for Mexico too. I think 2 seasons now.
2 seasons now.
And what did he do last year? Got killed in the Champions League. My point is that Zakaria has been tested in the Bundesliga time and time again and went to Juventus.
Boy, he failed at Juventus though.
He didn't fail, bro.
Let's stop listening to these are some casual
Juventus in January.
He
got injured. He didn't fail.
Stop. Really?
The reality is
there's some casuals in the building.
Because the reality is that Zakaria.
I've noticed something that for Juventus, people just read things on social media without actually knowing who the player is. There are some players I don't know. I will never say, "Oh, let me just read on social media." And I'll put an opinion. No, Zakaria is a standard central midfielder.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's world class.
Yeah,
but
no. Is this central or is it DM? What is he?
He's not a DM.
He's not a DM.
He's a box.
That guy's not a DM.
He's not a DM. He's a boss to boss.
No, he's not.
He's
what did we find him? He's not a DM.
You see, I read a lot of things on social media.
Yeah, Denis Zakaria is a box to boss.
He's not. I've been watching him for like 3 years. He's not a DM. He's not a DM. You are not going to get the best out of him as a DM.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
He is a line Tuchel. I'm so sure because he's basically to me a
are you judging off?
To me, he's a big. Okay, let's talk about this because a lot of people don't do this. Go on, a casual use this website, Transfer Market. I only use it for a few things, nothing to do with transfers. I use it for information on managers, especially. Go and look at Thomas Tuchel's most used players. Dortmund 51 players, PSG 51 players, Dortmund 91 players. Go and look at it. He only ever used one defensive midfielder. One.
And what was that? Do you know?
Junior Weigl.
Okay.
He used
line breakers. Right? Yeah, that was in Dortmund. Yeah.
He used line breakers. So for me, look at I study because you have to look at the competition. Man City are completely different models. So I have to change my brain when I try and study Man City's team because it's always changing every friggin' time. Now for me, when I look at Chelsea, I look, okay, why is he in love with Ruben Loftus-Cheek? It can't just be because he has a strong attitude and he's not a bitch. It can't just be because of that. It's got to be football related. For me, I remember one interview Tuchel did, and the interview Des Kelly said something like, "Oh, Thomas, when Ruben is on song and they had to big up the English guy," and Tuchel said in a sort of a blunt tongue-in-cheek way, he said, "Yeah, Ruben knows how to play like that, but only when he wants to." That is, it's a positive and a negative, but that to me lets me know that he basically wants someone that is going to do that every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And that is what I think he's going to get out of him. Or imagine him on that right side. And Ruben down on the bench, watches Zakaria make line breaking runs with no elimination. That is what
I don't think so. But carry on.
What don't you think? What don't you think?
You think Tuchel is bringing him to carry the ball and all that? No.
Line breaking is not just about.
What do you think Tuchel is buying Zakaria for?
To sit.
What do you think he's buying him for?
And play long passes.
He's not buying him to sit, though.
So what's he buying?
You can't see Zakaria. It's not the DM.
What do you think?
DM.
So he's buying him to be another Kovacic.
He's buying him so that lead result never happens again.
Exactly.
So why do you think it happened in the first place?
Because no one midfield.
Because no one to
midfield. There's no midfield.
No busybodies. How can Brendan Harrison be doing
Okay, hold on.
No physical presence in your midfield.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to say now. Okay, fine.
Midfield.
Oh, if you guys are saying now that Zakaria is not a DM now, so are you guys telling me that Jorginho is still going to be starting then?
Of course, Jorginho is still going to play. You think they're going to throw Jorginho away?
Jorginho will play. There's no way.
Guys,
Jorginho will play, and it's not. It might be Kovacic and Zakaria, or when N'Golo Kante is fit, it might be N'Golo Kante and Zakaria.
Bro, we are going to ruin Zakaria if you play him that way. We are ruining him. We are ruining him in the midfield. In the midfield too. Forget it.
No. You see, his best attribute is a line breaker. He's a box to box. He's not a DM. He's a box to box.
It doesn't sit.
He does not sit.
He has never sat. Even
Alvarez of Ajax.
When he was in Gladbach, he never sat.
He never sat.
He was the one that actually, like what this area was saying, he's the one that actually goes on and picks the ball. He wins.
He's a destroyer. He's a defensive midfielder, bro. I don't want to hear all this. Let's just wait. He's a defensive midfielder. It ends there.
Because when me I read about him, I read that he's
no. Is Kante a DM?
Everybody silent. Real football.
Hold on.
If Kante is fit now, you think? If Kante is fit, what do you think happens? If Kante is fit now, what do you think happens?
Kante is actually Kante is more of a destroyer too, right? But in what more? People call him a DM.
Is he a sitting destroyer?
People call him a DM.
He's not
a DM. Destroyer, no?
He's not.
Kante is a destroyer too.
Did someone just call Kante a destroyer?
He's a water carrier.
He's not a destroyer.
He's a water carrier.
Hold on.
He's not a destroyer.
Can't say that they'll study in libraries in 100 years. You calling him a destroyer?
See, Kante, in 100 years from today, people will study N'Golo Kante. He's a unique footballer.
My God,
everybody will like to have Kante in his team. Even Pep will do anything to get Kante. Kante is unique. He's not a destroyer. He's a water carrier.
Kante is basically an upgraded Paul Scholes.
You can't have a player like Kante who does not score goals. I want to improve his goal scoring. He said Kante has every attribute to become that world class.
Well, you can't sit
Kante is world class. What are you saying? Kante is world class.
When Sarri came, when Mauricio Sarri came, he said,
no. He said, when people talk about Kante,
he said, wait, Gidex, hold on. He said when he took over, it's like, what do you want to? He said, I'm gonna, because Jorginho is his man, and he said, I'm gonna play N'Golo Kante. He said, people attribute Kante to be that player. Yeah, he is a world class, but he doesn't have that C where he need to add goals to his game. He said, I'm coming in to improve him to add goals to his game, to be that all-round central.
And guess what? And he ruined him. And he ruined him.
He made him more complete.
What do you mean? He made him more complete?
Watch ball now.
I beg you.
I don't know whether how you watch the game.
See, bro, if from that season, you're making a player what is not used to. You're making him do it. Then that one after getting injured. Everyone starts talking about Kante.
N'Golo Kante is not even.
Did you watch Kante in Leicester?
No, Kante is
not. Of course I did. It was arguably the best player.
Did you watch him in Leicester City?
Wait,
did you watch him in Leicester City?
I will pick that 15, 16 Kante, 16, 17 Kante over any other Kante.
Okay, do you know that in Leicester City, Drinkwater was the holding midfielder. He was the.
Of course, I know. Yeah, I know.
So what are you saying? What is Sarri saying? What are you saying? Sarri is telling you that N'Golo Kante is not a defensive sitting midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
N'Golo Kante is supposed to win the ball for you up and get the ball to your creative player and use your numerical advantage to score goals.
And who's the creative player? Jorginho?
No. He did not tell you Jorginho is a creative player.
Nobody said Jorginho is a creative player.
Abdullah, please, can I? Let's respectfully. I know it's a Chelsea space. I want to. They're the best team in the league. Because we're talking about recruitment, let's be fair to the boy Zakaria, who you guys have acquired with a purchase. You have a buy option, right?
Yeah, buy option 30 million.
Yeah, buy option 30 million.
So Carl, let me ask you, Man City, as the best team, because one of the things frustrates me about my club, Liverpool, we are basically a reactive boardroom in terms of we only. Basically, this whole transfer window for me, let me give you my own personal experience quickly, is I know Liverpool only move if it's like a Luis Diaz or somebody maybe tries to get Bellingham quickly. Basically, we react when it's a top player. So let me ask you, Carl, what in midfield can you not pass up on the market? I'll rank them. Pass ball control, athleticism/endurance, and I would say then high IQ. What is it on the market for Man City, for example? Not a Calvin Phillips, who's respectfully a backup. Top player, what is it that, let's say you go for Jude Bellingham as well right now, this summer coming up. What is it on the market for that you believe Man City would never pass up?
It's the IQ.
Okay.
It's the IQ. Rodri's not athletic, but his intelligence and his passing is sublime.
Mm-hmm.
Now Bernardo is athletic, but again, it's a mixture of, it's a balance of all three. Each player has their own attribute that they bring to the table.
Yeah.
Goodman does his own thing. He's good on the ball, can pass and move in short passes. He finds the gaps. Bernardo runs. Kevin is the quarterback. Rodri is the brain. So that combination of all those four things is what they use to balance in the midfield.
Mm-hmm. That's why the reason why I bring that up is because Chelsea fans, they're always upset that they don't have a DOM.
City play better without De Bruyne. There's an argument for it that Bernardo and Gundogan.
It's too loud. I've been on that train, but we'll talk about it. The reason why I bring that up is Chelsea fans, they're always crying that they don't have director of football. So, not to educate, I'm nobody in any game, any boardroom, but I have my opinion. So for me, I try and talk to Chelsea fans sometimes about attributes, because some people just think of everything is like Lego. Oh, this one must stick, then Jorginho is not creative, this one is that one is this, Mason Mount, this, that. I don't care about it. I just love talking about ball. So for me, why I want to tell Chelsea fans is the attributes are the focus. It should be the focus. For somebody like Zakaria, you should get excited about the attributes, not about how he's going to help you win the Premier League. Just be excited about the attributes.
It's attributes, bro.
Man City are not excited about Alvarez winning the Premier League. Just the attributes. Their fans are so excited about the attributes of the player. I'm excited about the attributes of the player.
See,
not
Ariam,
winning Chelsea all the way.
Ariam, hold on. Can I ask Ariam a question? Ariam, would you take Jorginho at Liverpool? Ariam, would you take Jorginho at Liverpool?
No, those attributes are not attributes I would purchase, invest in.
Okay.
No, but everybody has what.
Bro, it's different teams. If you play behind the ball, he's fantastic. But that's not my own personal attribute I would pay for. It's bad. Klopp has influenced me too much. I'm an athletic merchant. I want a Wijnaldum replacement. Some people are telling me Wijnaldum is not good enough. I'm telling you, shut up. You don't know about winning the ball in the progressive final third. What do you know about that?
I wanted to ask you, Ariam, right? Because Liverpool. I'm not talking to a very intelligent Liverpool for a long time. So you guys let Mane go, right? Mane was your number 8, number 10, and number 11, right?
Hey, so miss your mic. It's too much fun.
No. I need to address this to a Liverpool fan. I actually have not talked about to a Liverpool, because all the Liverpool fans I've talked to, they're like, hey, just one player now. No, Mane was 3 in 1. And you guys replaced one of him with Diaz and lost his number 8 qualities and number 10 qualities. The reason why Salah has been hiding in matches is because there's no Mane. Mane creates that space for him. Nobody's creating that space in his new team.
Okay, as I said,
why didn't Jurgen Klopp? So my question is, why didn't Jurgen Klopp recognize that and go and get the right midfielder that can help his team to replace Mane? Because he
Okay,
only
let-
replaced one part of him, not the three parts.
let me explain. Okay, I'll just take 2 minutes for this. Football is about concern. If you've played football, it's about concern. Yesterday, I was in a space with Liverpool fans explaining to them why you can start a midfield three of Fabinho, Elliott, and Fabio Carvalho against Newcastle. Casuals who watch too much Match of the Day and all these kind of things and listen to too much Ian Wright, shout out Uncle Ian, will be telling me, Joe Linton, physicality, man, Sean Longstaff. You can't play 19-year-olds against that kind of physicality. If you watch this game, do you see what Harvey Elliott was doing to Joe Linton? Joe Linton was eating grass throughout that whole game because of what? Drop the shoulder. Just drop. There's the second part about concern. Do you know one of my favorite stats? Two of my favorite stats I'll give you guys. Number one, unsuccessful touches. Go and search that. The highest in the world are people like Mbappe, people like Kevin De Bruyne, people like
what do you mean by unsuccessful
touches?
What does that mean?
Basically, a touch where it leads to a loss of possession.
Okay.
Those are the busiest players.
For that, though.
Those players are statistically basically the busiest players. They're basically, how do you discover a player that's not hiding? Unsuccessful touches, because they go and they call for balls and they try and retrieve balls that are basically difficult to pick up. Harvey Barnes is somebody that basically has very few because he only ever shows for a very safe ball, and that's why he sucks.
Man, this guy, we need to buy you something. Abdullah, where did you find this boy, Abeg? Can you give me his address? I can send him something good. Oh, Carl, are you hearing? Unsuccessful touches.
You don't know we stole Man City scouting stuff. That's how all the info came. Carl, let me be honest.
Che. So KDB has unsuccessful touches.
So many. But the team is built around him so that it doesn't show up. He loses the ball like in the corner flag. So it's not, what's the problem? Rodri knows the job. Dog. Woof. Clear it up. KDB, no problem. Try again. Best in the world. Do your thing, my guy.
So, but there are some teams that such players are frowned upon. Like my team has that player in Ziyech, right? Hakim Ziyech loses the ball a lot, and guess what? Chelsea fans don't rate him because
Hakim Ziyech
in their mind, they believe that Hakim Ziyech is useless. He always loses the ball. What do you mean? What are you trying to do? Just keep it simple. But if everybody keeps it simple and keeps it safe, how would you score a goal? How would you force the opposition to make a mistake? I've explained this in so many times. I don't tire. What you just said, just exonerate. What? Go ahead, Abdul.
Hakim Ziyech is useless, very, very useless. He's just
no, he's not.
He's just an average. He's just a little bit. Actually, he's not even a little bit. He's just an average player, right?
No.
This guy.
What would you say about Havertz?
Abdul, yes,
if you say Ziyech is
not that bad.
I've said this.
No. I only think he's a lazy guy.
I've said this a few times.
No, he's not lazy.
He's lazy, bro. He's a lazy
So this is what I was saying to me about.
Yeah. So this is Zakaria's. This is Zakaria's. This is Zakaria's heat map. So this is from his time in the good.
Look at this heat map, bro.
That's his heat map.
This is what
Who said he was a DM? Who has not watched him? Please?
Who said he's a DM?
Who has not watched him?
Oh, please, is this a DM?
No. What?
Somebody said earlier on.
This is Calvin Phillips' heat map as well.
Somebody said earlier on that
Does Calvin Phillips get to that point? Do you see where he is on the right side, on the left side?
Calvin Phillips, bro. This is his heat map as well.
Yeah, Calvin Phillips is close to this.
This is a defensive midfielder's heat map.
Yes, but not
more
Phillips didn't do this in a 4-3-3. He did not do this in a 4-3-3. Zakaria was doing this in a 4-3-3. Then he now goes to Juventus where they want to play behind the ball.
The Juventus were about to ruin his life. He played 6 or 9 games. Juventus would have ruined Kulusevski and Bentancur.
I'm talking about systems.
I'm
talking about systems. Relax. I'm talking about systems.
This is a defensive. I'm telling you about his profile.
But you mentioned Calvin Phillips, bro, in a total football system under Bielsa. I'm talking about Zakaria was doing this in a 4-3-3.
Oh yeah, so that's two different things, right?
Calvin Phillips is different. Yeah, going over to see Aileen, say what's up. Here's your post.
Bielsa is high octane.
This Bamford. Here's your
is
milk.
high octane, high press, right?
Jack Harrison. Here's your juice.
Guys, let me hear what Abdul finish up. Abdul, what's up? Abdul finish up.
Yeah, somebody was saying Zakaria is a Denis Zakaria is a busybody. What I would say is if you want to compare him to a Matuidi, how will you compare him? Somebody, yeah, I think it's the
I told them he's a defensive midfielder. He's a Fabinho type of player.
Oh my God!
Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Zakaria?
So who said it's like Fabinho?
Who? No, King. No. Zakaria is not a Fabinho.
It's not a Fabinho.
No.
I have headache, man.
No. It's different. They are different profile of player.
Can you see where the red is? Can you see where all the reds are? That's someone that is actually trying to actually drive the ball in all those. And then where the yellow is, you see where the yellow is? That's where he takes his shot from in that zone 14. So he's not a defensive midfielder would only have this red patch. You only see that.
I mean, what I would say is there anyone on this panel who have seen him consistently? Like I've watched him over many games.
I watched him when he was in Gladbach.
Cow can say because Cow is like good in
I watched him when he was in Gladbach.
Okay, just tell us.
His coach was Marco Rose.
No. Tell us a player he's equivalent to in terms of prototype. Is he like a Vieira kind of player? Is he like a Yatori kind of player?
He's like a Ballack.
That's high Ballack. But
no. Are you telling me he's not more aggressive than Ballack?
He's more aggressive.
Young Ballack.
Young Ballack, that was 2002 Ballack.
Bayern Munich.
No, I'm not even talking. I'm talking about Bayern Leverkusen Ballack. Bayern Leverkusen Ballack, fearless.
That's a very high rate you've given the kid, man.
It's not high rate. This kid, let me tell you something, eh? No, I'm not hyping him. See, 3 seasons ago, this guy was on the verge of joining. I think was it Liverpool? I can't remember the club was trying to join. But the quote from Bayern Mönchengladbach was Borussia Mönchengladbach was very high. They said, in fact, we're not selling. The reason why they let him go was because his contract was about to finish. He's running out his contract. He will not renew his contract. And then the coach that brought him actually left. Marco Rose left to become, I think he became Dortmund coach.
So what's the difference?
He left this January.
Emi, what's the difference between him and Yaya Toure?
Yaya Toure probably scored more goals.
Sorry?
I think maybe because Yaya Toure, I'm saying maybe the difference might be Yaya Toure was more of a goal threat.
He is also a goal threat. He can shoot.
It's completely different. Zakaria number 1 compared to Yaya Toure. Man City Yaya Toure is the one I'm talking about. He wants to. He's heavy touch. When I say heavy, I mean volume of touches. Bro, this guy will touch the ball more than Tielemans. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. But he has the athleticism to take the ball in more dangerous pockets, particularly in his own half. But sometimes the most dangerous place to receive the ball is in your own half because then you break like De Bruyne, drop deep, then drive. Because he backs his recovery pace and his transitional turning speed, agility. That is basically the mindset you have to understand when you're analyzing this kind of player. It's all total athlete. A lot of his game is based on not just physique, but his athletic ability. That's total.
That sounds like Bakayoko from Monaco.
No, it's different though. It's different.
Bro, I swear, this guy's giving me that Bakayoko vibes. I don't know why.
Guys, don't do this. Don't do this. When we watch football, we
My
need to
God.
analyze very well. There are different profile of player. Simio Bakayoko is different than Denis Zakaria. They play different ways.
Denis Zakaria can trap a ball. Let's just start there. Comparing it to Bakayoko, he can actually trap a ball on his left and right foot. Let's start there.
Wait, did someone really try to compare Zakaria to Bakayoko? Hey,
They remind him of
I
Bakayoko.
wasn't. I said he's giving me Bakayoko vibes. I wasn't comparing.
because he's black and he's tall.
You can also compare him to Fabinho.
Why? Okay. Why didn't you compare Alvarez that we're about to buy today to Bakayoko? You see where your bias is? You see where the bias is?
my guy.
So this is Kevin
Bias,
Phillips.
that's
This is
total
Kevin
bias right
Phillips.
there.
Yeah, this is Kevin Phillips in lead.
Any black, you see, that's the problem with Chelsea fans.
This is Phillips.
Any black tall midfielder, they'll say it's Bakayoko.
No,
I'm
bro, I
telling you.
wasn't saying because he was black. I'm just
No,
saying
it's not your fault. It's not your fault, right? You guys have consumed too many things from Twitter. That's why I always tell people when you're on Twitter, just filter things you've seen with your eye. Someone cannot come and tell you it is green when it's blue. This bias that you just called out it's very popular among the Chelsea fan base.
It's bad.
Any tall black midfielder Chelsea's linked to, they'll say, "Oh, this is another Bakayoko 2.0. Oh, this is
that's what Twitter is saying.
Jesus.
Yes.
I mean, we haven't been into any top back players since Bakayoko.
No. Why would you say so?
Have you guys seen Caicedo?
Yeah, I've seen Caicedo and Brighton.
Caicedo Brighton, yes.
Do you like Caicedo?
Yeah, I like him.
Yes.
Very good player. Very, very good player.
You know, Liverpool tried to buy Caicedo last minute, but Brighton quoted one super price for them.
Yeah.
Abdullah, do you guys also see the news that they said Chelsea bidded 50 million for one?
It's for Alvarez. Alvarez of Ajax.
No, it wasn't Alvarez. It wasn't Alvarez. They said this one is a pure proven player. That's what they said. That they said the news will come out tomorrow.
Please forget all
they said his club rejected it.
I don't have time for those people there. They're just using everybody to them.
People were saying maybe it was Ruben Neves.
Ogun will punish them.
Do you guys like Ruben Neves? I feel like Ruben Neves.
So Abdul, round up because I wanted to go to that topic. I will just round up Zakaria talk, Abdul.
Yeah, but nobody's given me a specific answer. I'm trying to paint a picture exactly.
I haven't watched it I haven't watched it. And see, if I finish the stream, I will sit down and have a good analysis of it. I haven't watched him more, so because I wasn't expecting us to even buy him. I was expecting us to buy that.
I definitely know him from Montreal, but I know they said
if I say the name,
because that's what
it's more of a box. It's like more of a box to box and a ball carrier, and it's very, very.
I don't know why they said it. Because everywhere I'm checking,
he's like a better Emre Can. He's like a better Emre Can.
No, stop making all this. I don't want to insult you.
Then don't take my analysis. Then you clearly don't think that kind of player.
No, it's just because you lost out on him, and you actually went.
Who is a very good player?
You lost out on the player, and then you are trying to downplay how good you think he is.
I think he's a fantastic
I get
player.
it.
I think he's a fantastic player.
No.
Why do you think Emre Can is a bad player? He played for my club. This is the problem. Chelsea fans get triggered by nonsense. I think he's fantastic.
Nothing triggers me, brother. I'm just letting you know. Stop mentioning Emre Can.
About you went for the play.
Nothing triggers nobody.
Let's move on.
Do you know Gibraltar in Frankfurt? Do you know Gibraltar in Frankfurt?
Yeah, I've seen him play.
No, I'm asking this King guy that decided to get emotional. Do you know Gibraltar in Frankfurt?
Yeah, I have met him. Yeah.
No, I know you know. I'm asking the guy that spoke. Do you know Gibraltar in Frankfurt? If you want to start talking about profiles of players, it's not about whether the player went to a club or went to another club. I miss Emre Can's profile in my club badly. I miss that profile badly. I miss Wijnaldum's profile badly.
Yeah, Emre Can was a good footballer.
But people think these guys are shit. I don't understand.
Is he not the German
anyway,
guy?
The thing is, it will all be revealed in a very short time.
I don't think he will play on Saturday, but he might play.
Everybody wants
early,
Casemiro type, man.
Yeah. So the thing is, I still know that we'll still be adding more players. I don't know, maybe it's January or next summer. I think he's a very good player. I think he can challenge our first tier set of midfielders, Kovacic, Kante, and Jorginho. I think he can challenge them. I think when he's fit and properly ready, and he understands how we play, I think he has the ability to put one of those three players on the bench, which we've not really had the luxury over the past 3-4 seasons. So I'm really excited about that. And Carl was saying, what did we buy him for, or what is he supposed to do? I think we're just happy to have a player that can challenge those three players. We need to move on.
What I said was
No. I'm not criticizing what you're saying. I'm just, you're referring to your comment. We are Chelsea supporters are actually just happy for moving away from those three players, because those three players cannot carry us forever. And a lot of games, especially against other big teams, actually depends on those three players. So we're actually happy in a way to actually be moving away from them and refreshing them in a way. So
the guy is a decent player. The guy is a decent player. Like I said, I like him, and I had my eye on him. He's a decent player.
Denis Zakaria, because when
I'm just curious as to how the Tuchel's going to use him with the current setup.
Based on how Tuchel play, it does not. The only team he played in a DM was Julian Ward in Dortmund. Tuchel played with mostly as a pivot, like a 4-2-3-1, mostly in his team.
Yeah, he always plays a pivot. Sorry.
So, do you think with this guy's signing, do you think Tuchel will be forced to use the back four, or you think
he will play back four?
He'll play back four.
He'll
play a different way of playing. I think. Yeah.
I think for what he has bought, I would reckon that Tuchel's going to switch to a 4-2-3-1.
Yes,
exactly.
You're right. I think
I've always said that. For me,
that actually brings out the best of all the players he's shown. Because first of all, he has that strength in that central midfield core, right? So he has 4 players. Right.
The trouble with that formation is you don't have it number 10. Let's be honest.
We do.
We don't
have it.
No, Emmy. Let's be honest. Let's just Chelsea Football Club today, as of today, do not have a number 10. The most successful.
They do. Kai Havertz has never played that number 10 role since he came to Chelsea. Never.
Knows that.
He's never played behind a striker.
Abdul, that was an oversight.
Remember, Abdul, he did an interview. He did an interview after the
He has never played behind a natural striker.
The reporter asked him, "What is your perspective?" He said, "I play much better, and to see that to the best of me, you have to play in my number 10." He said it.
Abdul, that's why we as other fans, we look at Chelsea as a mess sometimes, because you have never played Kai Havertz. You're 72 million pounds.
As a number, Abdul, go watch against Leicester City when Tuchel switched to a 4-2-2 formation. Kai Havertz was playing as a number 10 in that position.
Yeah,
he was killing them because he had a vision. He has an eye to see. And I keep telling people,
he makes that
Havertz is a jamming player. You go to
that final pass, not in 9/10. Ingo make
no blame. But in Germany, you learn how to play football.
I believe you guys. Okay, I believe you guys. Okay, so I want give me your honest answer. Okay, number 10, who is better, Oscar or a Kai Havertz? Remember,
that's an irrelevant question, my guy. I'm sorry.
What?
That's irrelevant. Because what you concern Oscar with Chelsea nowadays?
The question is valid now. It's a valid question. You can't say it's irrelevant. That's a valid question.
Yeah, but what's the next question after that?
Let me finish before you guys.
That's a question, but you can't just say it's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant. What's the point you're trying to make?
Come on,
guys, 2 seconds, right?
Mhm.
So remember when we had Oscar,
Mhm.
he was 22 years old as well. Okay. And the reason why I'm comparing with Oscar is to say where anybody can claim to be number 10, but we need a quality number 10. And I think the last quality number 10 we had was Oscar. So if we're measuring him against Oscar, how will you measure?
Nobody's. You're the one that brought in Oscar to this conversation. The
Hold
question
on,
we're
hold on,
asking-
hold on. If you say,
question we're asking, right,
Oscar, what
is
about hold on,
when he was
at
at Leverkusen, what did he play
As a number 10.
as a number 10?
That's what
You bought a guy who played number 10 for Leverkusen because he had talent for 70
No,
plus
no, no.
million pounds.
No.
Chelsea, he played as a number 9.
You don't need to compare him to Oscar. What you need to do is see what was his best position in his former club that made him have a value of 72 million pounds.
Number
It
10.
was his-
Why did Chelsea buy him for 72 million pounds?
He wasn't a
He played-
striker.
He was
Goals.
never a striker.
He scored 20 goals.
Yeah.
He was-
Come on and tell it. Come on and tell it.
In what position?
He
In what
played
position?
with Voland, right? He played
In what
with this guy
position?
called Voland.
Voland,
Oh.
Kelvin Voland.
Yeah.
Voland.
Voland was a striker. Kai
He's
Havertz
scored
played
20 goals.
opposite
In
him.
what position?
Him and that other guy behind the striker.
Behind the striker.
What's the name of that guy
Kelvin Voland. Kelvin Voland.
No,
You guys
Voland.
forget, where does he play for
It was him
Germany?
and-
He plays as a
Germany,
number
he plays
10.
as a 10.
At the 10.
Yeah, in Germany, he plays as a
Even
10.
as the flicks, see, I told Carl this, and I
He
think
plays as a 10. In a
as the
4-2-3
flick always
role.
said it, he said he's pissed off that Kai Havertz is not playing as a number 10 in Chelsea. He said everybody in Germany.
It's a crime. It's a crime.
It's a crime. It's a
As the
crime.
flick, the German
It's a
national
crime.
team said everybody in Germany, even in Germany, rate Tuchel a lot because they know how good of a manager. He said, "I'm surprised Kai is not playing in his best position. What is going on with Tuchel and Kai? Why is Kai? Why is he not showing how good of a potential player?"
Okay,
he can
look at the
No,
player.
but
Let's
hold
just
on,
say,
but
look
hold
at
on.
the
But
player like Gundogan.
if Kai plays at the 10, where will Mount play?
Mount will be on the bench. Simple.
Mount shouldn't be starting.
It's not. You will be on the bench.
I think Tuchel likes Mount too. I think.
No, but Mount is not a
Messi
10.
man need to learn out. You see, I said
Mount
Germany
is a
football.
10.
They go to school to learn football, but England is all about passion, passion.
No, Abdullah,
no,
you can just
no.
summarize it like this.
No,
Gundogan, who is one of the most, I think he's going to be a fantastic coach. He's one of the smartest players anyway, in terms of acumen. But he's one of the highest IQ players.
On the Man City player. What?
No, listen,
Man,
listen. Do you think how do you think Gundogan
Wow.
feels in the dressing room? Do you think he would not say something if it was ridiculous, if it was a football crime to play Kai Havertz behind Timo Werner when in Chelsea they are doing the opposite? Do you think Gundogan wouldn't say this is a mess up? He doesn't, because even if Timo Werner misses, they're not going to change the way they play, because Kai Havertz, the attribute, weight of pass, ability to calm down, slow down, speed up, then slow down better than any other player in the. That is Kai Havertz's position.
God bless you.
That's so for me.
This man don't go.
I'm sad. You know,
When I
Aaron,
met Kai Havertz, people come at him and say, "What's going on with this guy?"
man, I'm so sad when Chelsea fans
Come at me
they
and
talk
say,
crap
"What
about
did I say this
Kai
guy?"
Havertz. See,
Tuchel is getting on my
before
nerves.
Chelsea bought Kai Havertz, if you know who came for him, he was supposed to go to Madrid. He was supposed to go to Madrid. Madrid just didn't have the money. Madrid was going to buy him.
Yeah, you guys paid a little over for
I've
the
always
talent.
said that, Emmy. I've always said that. I feel it's criminal not to use this guy in his right position. I swear.
Exactly.
I'm waiting
The
now. We
guy
have a
is a
striker in
baller.
Aubameyang. I'm waiting for Tuchel to now tell me, "Oh, Kai Havertz is," and then I will now face Tuchel personally, because
He has to
now
play
it's
him.
a crime.
Emmy, put it like Carl, put it like this:
It's
put them on the
criminal.
market. Put all of Chelsea's forwards on the market.
Everybody will
The
buy
market
Havertz.
will tell you what it is.
Oh yes.
Nonsense. The market will tell you who is worth the money.
You know what's crazy, right?
Put
You know what's crazy, right? Because
everybody in
I
Chelsea on the
watched.
market right now. People will
I
buy
watched
Kai
this guy,
Havertz from Chelsea.
Yeah. I actually remember what you guys were saying was actually true. I remember.
And then
this
Reece
game
James.
against- Hold on. I remember this game against England, Germany. And you know England, Germany are the last Euros.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys watch that game? I know.
I watched the game.
I
Kai
think he
Havertz
played
was
as a
the
10
man-
like
was
that.
the
And it
man-
was
was
really exceptional that day. He played as a 10 that day.
Number 10.
He's a number 10.
Number 10.
When you play a 4-2-3-1 formation, play Kai Havertz there.
But Abdullah,
You-
before you go, I just want to ask you. I have to ask a difficult question because
Okay.
I'm looking at you. I have to ask a difficult question. Who? Okay, let's go back to Zakaria. Carl, in your opinion, in Chelsea's team, who, if he picks up the ball on the right side in his own half or close to the halfway line, or he breaks up an attack on the left side, who should be Zakaria's first pass? As in, this is your KPI. When you come to dressing room, who should be his first
It
pass?
has to be
Henderson had a
number
first
10.
pass. Wijnaldum
Kai
had a
number
first
10
pass.
now.
Number 10. Kaya
No, I
Havertz.
said
number
Zakaria. I'm going back to Zakaria. Who should be, because now we're talking about structure for 2-3-1. Who should be his first pass? The same way Wijnaldum had a first pass. The same way Henderson had a first pass. People used to say Liverpool's midfield is not created. It isn't. But Salah, Mane, they knew who the person who should be the first pass in Chelsea's team for Zakaria when he breaks up that play.
For me, it has to be number 10.
It has to be Havertz.
Okay,
It has to
interesting.
be Havertz.
It has to be Kaya
Yeah,
Havertz.
it has to
Is
be
that because
Havertz
they
because
don't have fantastic wingers as a stopgap
I mean,
type
if
of
you
tactic?
could go right to the winger, maybe Sterling on the right or somebody on the right.
maybe
or somebody
Sterling on the left.
Sterling on the left. Maybe
Or
So
Reece
let's
James-
take the example of
Reece James
Arsenal, right? So
overlapping on the
let's
right.
think about Arsenal, for example, Arium, right? Arsenal play Odegaard as a number 10 behind
Correct.
Jesus, and he's balling. He's lighting the place up. And what happens is that Partey first pass is to Odegaard, and Odegaard moves and passes the ball to either Jesus, Saka, or switches the play to the left-hand side to Martinelli.
To Martinelli.
That's how
Correct.
they create havoc. That front four are so dangerous in movement, right?
Correct.
That's what they do.
Okay,
That's what
fantastic,
Kai Havertz does
fantastic.
very well.
I asked
You
you because
want
I
ball.
respect your analysis. Now, the reason why I say that is because I remember the day we saw Coutinho. I was under my bed. I was stressed out. I was in university at the time. I was saying, Jesus, what are we going to do? Because the best ball Liverpool Football Club ever played, don't stop laughing at me, was when Coutinho, we had the best attack. It was so fluid. Everything was so smooth. But Mane, if you don't know, I'll tell Mane was not enjoying that because it was like, hey, I'm kind of an accessory out here, man. Like, if there's too much movement.
Yeah.
So my thing is, when I watched Klopp sell him and we played 4-3-3, firstly, that is a vote of confidence to Mane, especially saying you can replace this Coutinho guy. Because in the end, Mane played false 9 and 9, and in his bowing out year, that is how much of an elite baller he was. So my thing is, if in this photo, is it because do you want to invest in your wingers? Because we know a profile like Mane that a do-it-all is not possible to find on the market in general. I mean, not to start anything, but like Grealish, for example, he can't do that. And he never came in saying he was like a Mane. But you've seen him hug touchline. It's hard for him to then do the Villa stuff and break inside, draw those fouls, get shots and all that kind of stuff. Because he has a shot on him. People don't know. Grealish has a shot on him.
Yeah.
So my point is, currently asking Chelsea, if you're currently doing that, who is dragging out wide? Because even if they're not going to receive
It has
the
to
ball,
be Sterling.
it's a fake.
If overplays number 9,
And who on the right side?
Kai plays 10. Sterling has to play right
Yes.
side.
But what about Aubameyang? Aubameyang will be drifting
No,
to
he's
the
the
left.
9. Who on the right side? Zakaria gets first pass, 54 minutes. Yeah, one
It has
goes
to be
down at
Sterling.
home.
It has to be Sterling.
But
Across?
Zakaria needs to play diagonal, right? If he's going to play diagonal to the right, it has to be Reece James open on that right side.
I said winning the ball back. What if I'm saying difficult game? You're 1-0 down, Arsenal at home. Who is receiving on right side?
It depends where you are on the field, on the pitch. If you're high up near the attacking third,
halfway line. I'm saying halfway
line.
line. He presses and wins the ball back against Jesus, who wanted a breakaway. Instant pass. He needs to go because Reece James had to stay because Martinelli.
Then he has to go wide.
Left.
He has to go wide.
He has to go wide.
Number 10 or
So
go
who's
wide
on the right? Who's on the left? You said Sterling left. Who's going to touch on the right?
On the right, because Kaya Havertz or Hakim Ziyech, one of them.
No, Havertz is the 10. Who is on the right?
Hakim Ziyech is on the right.
Ziyech on the right.
Ziyech, no,
No, Ziyech on the right because Sterling's playing
I
on
was
the
just
left.
looking for an answer. That's all.
So the reason why Sterling, wants to play on the left. So this is from City, you guys, Chelsea fan. The reason why Sterling wants to play on the left is because inverted wingers normally get more goals than natural wingers, and he wants to get goals.
How play
But Sterling's best position, his
He's
best
right.
position is out wide to the right.
To the right, yeah.
He's
But
always
Carl,
to the
play or drift? There's two different. Are you saying Sterling wants to, because you know he was in Liverpool? Are you saying play on the left or drift?
No, Sterling's best play position, his best efficiency for a team is out wide to the right as a right winger.
Facts.
But because he wants to get goals, right? He prefers to play in the inside left because you're inverted, right, on the left side, which makes the goal bigger. so he can get more goals. That's why you see him playing the left for Chelsea, coming in and crossing and clicking that shot. He loves doing that. He would play left, he would drift inside and take that shot around to score a goal. He loves that.
But Daniel Sturridge was much more devastating than him on the left. He couldn't move Sturridge from that left. It was impossible.
Right.
He was too young.
When Sani was here, Sani played on the left, he played on the right. He got a lot of assists, right? Didn't get as many goals.
That's why I'm now looking at Ukraine. I'm saying now, you get to because he has been obsessed. I'm gonna talk about him next now. Aubameyang. He's been saying it ever since he came to Chelsea. I will because the reporter asked him.
He has him now. He has him now.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now, Oba is here now. Now, give us your best lineup.
So now he has no excuse.
That's no excuse.
Relax now. Let us talk ball.
Because Abdul is saying,
sorry,
Abdul is saying, I want to see Tuchel play a consistent lineup. Now I'm looking at Tuchel that now you have your Oba with you now. Someone you are obsessed, you are in love with now. He is here. Now let's see a pattern of play and the structure, please.
Mr. In your opinion, Abdullah, what is your most devastating lineup?
For me,
skip out defense.
Growing up, watching Chelsea
skip defense.
Okay, growing up, watching Chelsea play is
right now. You have to give your right now. What is your? Do you think I'm asking easy questions? What is your most devastating front six?
He was trying to go the easy route.
He was trying to tell me back to SCA.
Yeah, I know.
I wanted to say about the formation, but based on what I'm saying right now, I will go with the 4-2-3-1 formation.
Give me the names. Give me the most devastating. As in, you want to be 3-0 up and rest for Champions League next week.
Okay, so you need a player.
How far you're the coast, though?
So I'll go with the front four in terms of the defense. No, in terms of the defense, I'll go with
attack front six, Joe.
Front six.
Yes.
Put him out on the bench. I beg. Put him out on the bench.
That one is for you and Chelsea fans to talk about. I'm trying to talk about
the bench. For me, if it's me, I'll play Kai, I'll play Sterling, I'll play ZH. These are my front because those three of them as brain.
Who is the striker?
Aubameyang got scored now.
So your front four is
Kai,
Sterling, Havertz,
Kai, Sterling,
ZH, and Aubameyang.
Yeah, because those four of them, they have brain. Their brain is working.
I know.
What would you put in the pivot?
In the pivot, I'm gonna
Zakaria.
Me right now.
Zakaria,
I'm not being biased. I don't want to. Right now, I want to see Denis play first. I haven't seen him. I need to see more on the play for. Right now, I'm gonna play N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic for me because I need that.
They're never fit. They never fit.
If they are fit,
those two players have not been fit together since we won the Champions League.
Yes, I know.
So
no. Let's ask a more difficult question.
The whole season has gone and they've never been fit together.
Exactly. I know.
Okay, Abdullah. Now let's ask the most difficult question. Now, who do you trust? Because this is how pivots really work. It's about I can sit because this Zakaria guy can dribble. Interesting. Second dimension that changes things. Gundogan, for example, he can dribble. He just doesn't like to make noise about it. That guy. He can dribble. Second dimension into that means your middle is press resistant, but it's also concerning. Football is about concern. Always remember. That's why I always laugh at people when they tell me, you can't play this against Jolita. Have you Elliott cook the guy up? Because football is about concern. If he's concerned, he'll turn him. He's going to approach the tackle in a more sort of in his mind robust way, but actually you're even easier to beat because you're now stressed and nervous. So my thing is now you trust Reece James on the hard shoulder and you trust Reece James on the inside. Do you trust Cucurella? This is not a loaded question.
Yeah, I trust Cucurella.
You trust him on the hard shoulder?
Yes, because he has brain. That guy get brain.
And you have every right to.
Who do you trust more, Cucurella or Chilwell?
I trust Cucurella because when you talk
shoulder inside, what
I trust Chilwell.
Yeah, I trust Cucurella. Why I say Cucurella is what Cucurella will give me, Chilwell will not give me. Those quick decision making. Yes, and one thing about Cucurella is quick pass.
Champions League final. That's 2 years ago.
Brain, intelligence, smartness.
Use brain.
Cuckoo will give me that quick touch, 1-2, pass.
Yeah, 1-2. Football brain. He learned football in the La Masia.
Are you saying Chilwell doesn't have football brain?
No, Chilwell just knows how to run. Chilwell just has pace.
Now wow, Jesus. Now wow.
Now why it's true. Chilwell just has pace.
So he can't defend.
Do you think Chilwell will make that pass to Sterling against Leicester? Or he will run to the bar line instead?
I mean, you know my issue with Chilwell. He
runs to
doesn't
the
know how to
bar.
manage his energy, and that is low IQ behavior. He doesn't know how to manage his energy.
You see that pass that Cucurella gave to Sterling for the first goal against Leicester?
Mhm.
Chilwell will run to the bar line and try to cross to nobody. And when he doesn't see anybody to cross to, he'll pass back.
That is what separates KDB from most midfielders in the world, but definitely in the Premier League. He knows how to manage his energy. He knows when his energy needs to be high. He knows when his energy needs to be low.
Man, because
he knows how to manage his energy, bro. It's so important.
He always has 3 options to pass.
Do you know why Fornals is shit at football? Let me explain to you why Fornals is shit at
Who's
football. Fornals in West Ham. I'm making a point here. Fornals is shit at football because he has no idea what is the most effective time for him to be tired or for him to be energized on the pitch.
Running.
That's why some of my friends who are West Ham fans, they are so pissed off because Benrahma's IQ is like 50 times his level.
Yeah.
But Fornals, what did they say in England? Legs. Ollie used to always say it, picking McFreddy, I need more legs in there. Kind of break this analysis is that legs. What was the meaning of legs? Now, my thing is, you guys, you're not going to skip that easy from this attack question. I'll be like, you can't just skip
I'm listening to your question. I'm listening.
My issue is, discipline.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about Martinelli is cooking up. He hasn't scored yet, but he's cooking up. He played one inside pass, small deflection. Jesus has scored. It's 44 minutes going into halftime. God damn, it's 1-0 to this bloody Arsenal team. This fake team have come to our ground, balled quite hard, and it's 1-0 to them. How do you come out in that second half? Who are you relying on to occupy 2 players? Raheem Sterling is not more... I'm going through him right now with Luis Diaz. He is not more concerning than Luis Diaz. I promise you that. So my thing is, who is occupying 2 players? ZH is... Bro, no offense. ZH may not even occupy. If I'm a defender, like the way John Anarisa talks about defending Cristiano Ronaldo, bro, I might even cheat against ZH. I might psychologically invest in messing him up on athleticism and fitness. I might do that.
I agree.
I might, if I'm a brick left back like Nuno Tavares, I might invest in that psychological battle that you're not following me back. People do it to Salah. You're not following me. You on your money, you can't do it. He still does it, but you feel me. So my point is, who is doing that? Because that's where you talk about the money tax of doing 2 jobs. Who is doing 2 jobs in that attack?
So in that attack for me,
or are you asking Zakaria to not attack and sit and compose only in his own half? What are you doing?
I want him to attack that ball going forward. When you attack that ball, the first pass for me, when we're down and we're looking for goal, the first person you pass that ball to is a number 10, which is Kai Havertz. Because now you're bringing him out and telling Zakaria, pass me the ball, let me look. Now I know who to pass to, because now when you're giving Kai the ball, Sterling is moving, Oba is moving, other players are moving, they're not even staying. So when Kai holds on the ball, he knows, I need to pass the ball to this person. Quick pass, boom. The other guys finish up, game over, 1-1. Let's reset back. So that is a player of a number 10 who has the brain to look and say, okay, Sterling has made that one, quick pass, or Oba has made that one, I'm passing over that ball. That is when you need Kai Havertz more, because he's that number 10 where he's that roaming player where it's not gonna stay one place. He's moving around. So when they move, everybody follows him. Now he opens up space for other defenders to come out, which gives time to Sterling and Aubameyang to just score easy tap-ins. That is
okay, fantastic. So off the ball, we know Sterling has some issues. I know he presses, but off the ball, he gets dribble past quite a lot. Not as much as a bum like Yuri Tillemans, but there's players. I don't like players that have stats where they get dribble past a lot. That's why I hate John Henderson. Shout out to my captain. Now, my question is, you guys need to understand when people talk about, Pep is still playing inverted, or why is Klopp still playing this formation? There's chemistry in a team, and there's also confidence in the formation. Right now, people are saying, Salah is looking like this, looking like that. I'm just laughing because the team is built it's built right now for a 9. Jota, not Nunes, who is having anger management problems. You will see this team when Jota comes back. Not Firmino, not Nunes, Jota. Let me remember that. Timestamp this. Jota is the one where you see this team. Now, my question is, Salah is hugging the touchline because that is how the team is going to play moving forward. This team now with Thiago and even this loan replacement, the team wants to play football. So my question is, 4-2-3-1, you have injuries. Jorginho, he's not playing in that pivot because I am building everything overloaded on that right side, even if I'm bloody Leicester City, because that is a gaping hole. I'll finish him. I'll ruin him. Cucurella first yellow. I'll ruin him on that side. I'll tell everybody attack on that right side. So what are you going to do? You can't just say Jorginho is not playing in the team. Are you then playing Jorginho on the right, and the only thing is to cover possession because you trust James? Let me even ask you, you guys are the fans of the team. Can James cover? Are you going to sacrifice? Do you get the point that I'm trying to make, Emmy? In terms of in terms of rotation and injuries, what are you going to do in that kind of situation? Are you going to say to James, "You're not attacking today, support Jorginho, babysit," like the way Henderson babysits Trent?
What you said now, I like it. That is why I said if Ngolo is available and is fit, that is the job of him. Because now, what you're telling Ngolo to do is you're telling him, "Ogaman, protect Jorginho. He's a liability. Protect him."
a workers player.
So Ngolo is gonna be instead of
relax now. Trent is being protected in my team for when we won the trophies. Henderson was babysitting, and I loved him for that.
Ngolo is gonna be doing three job, which is gonna be doing the defensive, the attacking, and the ball retention. That is N'Golo Kante's job. That is where when N'Golo cover up, James and other guys can go, and because they know N'Golo has this, we don't have an issue. Because watch out very well. When N'Golo Kante plays, everybody in that team plays on his level because they know, oh my God, we have someone here who everybody trusts. Everybody in that team trusts Conte.
With all due respect, it's like me relying on Naby Keita, man. This is awful. You can't be relying on somebody that isn't going to play every game. Is he Rodri?
When he's fit, when he's fit. That's what I'm saying. When he's fit.
So when he's not fit, what is your plan with your new addition?
When he's not, that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen Zakaria.
You don't get the memo. He wants you to put Jorginho in the team. But the truth is still that when he's fit, Kante, I will still use Kante over Jorginho. Any day, anytime, anywhere, in any
My point is, you guys don't get obsessed with 4 at the back. It may not be time. Is that ABS? Am I being something?
No. You are right. That's why maybe to my blind. Maybe let me still keep playing this 3 at the back first and see. Then maybe I'll change
a disaster with Jorginho. If
Fofana is there though. You think you have not built it? You are going to build as much around Fofana as you are another formation around this Kai Havertz. Trust me.
Right. Yeah, you're right. This guy, you see, you like the Chelsea fan. This guy.
Bro, I analyze all teams like this. I can analyze Fulham for you right now.
Hey.
No, let's move. I
agree with you.
Abdullah.
Yep.
Can I make a few points, please?
Sure. Go ahead, brother.
Right. Go on.
So, I'll make 2 points. The first point is on you guys saying about your opinion about Kai Havertz. My opinion is different. I don't know his best position, but in my opinion, I think his best position as a footballer is more of a 9. He's definitely not a 10. That's how I see him. But that's just my own opinion. So the whole, eyes might be saying, oh, this is his best position. I remember like 2 seasons ago, everybody in the country, radio, YouTube, everywhere, was crying for, is it Frank Lampard to use Kante as a DM?
Not you.
Oh, okay, you're gonna say not you now, but everybody else. I know. Oh my God. Abdullah, let me finish, please.
Continue.
Please let me finish. Everybody in the country was saying that was his best position. Currently, everybody is saying, what's his name? Marcus Rashford believes his best position is 9, but some managers and everybody are telling him his best position is from the wings. So there's always a variation of opinion with certain players. So I don't believe like his best position is 10, but that's just my own opinion. On the issue of formation in particular, I don't think, I disagree with you guys. I don't think it's going to be 4-2-3-1. I think it's going to be a 4-3-3. And if I should compare, I think it's going to be similar to maybe what we played under the Ancelotti first season when he coached Chelsea. 2009-10.
But we didn't play 4-3-3 then. We played a 4-3-2-1 or whatever.
Or we can compare it to the club 4-3-3. And I think the three, from what I can deduce from what you guys are saying this Zakaria is not naturally a DM, a sitting DM. I think he's going to be playing a 3, and he's going to be selecting the best 3 or the available 3 out of the 4 of Kovacic, Kante, Jorginho, and Zakaria. I think he's going to be selecting 3 out of these 4 players. And then the backup to those 4 players will be Conor Gallagher and that 18-year-old kid, Chukwuemeka. I think those are going to be his backup to these 4 players. But I think he's going to be selecting 3. So don't be surprised. We shouldn't be surprised from what I'm seeing if you have Jorginho and Zakaria starting with another midfielder. And then in the forward line,
Silva starts to rotate.
Can I ask a question? Hold on, can I ask a question?
Sorry,
what if when Kante is fit? Do you think
2 seconds? 2 seconds. Let me just complete so I don't forget, please. Sorry.
Okay.
And I think in the forward line is going to be 3 as well. 3 forward players or 3 attacking players or 3 center forward. Depends on how you, no matter what you call them. And I think the 3 is going to be coming. Depends on the game. The game available it's 4 o'clock here in the UK. So
wow.
So it's going to be 3 from the 4 players of Sterling, Kai Havertz, Aubameyang, and Mason Mount.
Do you know Fulham beats that formation? Defensively, that formation gets absolutely.
Hold on. And I think the most important thing here is I think he probably wants to push Mount forward, because I know Mount has been getting a lot of slack, especially this last season, because he hasn't performed like he was performing the season before. And I think it's because Mount he does too much running around than necessary. But if you have Mount close to the 18-yard box and in the 18, and the instruction is just to look, disrupt and look for goals, I think he's more effective. And he wouldn't even need to do as much.
Why do we have to play? Why do we have to play that way?
He wouldn't even have to do as much running around, because now we'll be playing with 3 midfielders, right? And we can already see our defense. Our defense is more solid than maybe we've had it in the past, maybe 3-4 seasons. And it's going to be
let me throw
respectively 4-3-3 gets Tuchel sacked.
Yeah, I think 4-3-3 is
without 2 more windows, 4-3-3 gets him sacked.
Yes,
Fast.
I don't think.
How does 4-3-3 now?
I agree with
How
that.
does 4-3-3 now get?
I'm looking at the hard shoulders. I'm looking at the inside lane. It's looking disgusting.
Yeah,
you're basically asking Zakaria to tackle on both sides, extendo tackles.
No, I said 3. I said 3 at the midfield.
Yes, Zakaria in the midfield, right?
Which 3? Which 3 are you going to play in midfield?
Please,
so I said it's going to be the 3 between the 4, the 3 from the 4 of Kovacic, Kante, Jorginho, and Zakaria.
My goodness.
So what's wrong with the 3 from the 4 of? We're already using 2 from the 3.
Okay, so you're building. If I'm the sports director, you're telling me you're building on 2 injury-prone guys in CM, and then you're building on Jorginho, who needs to be carried on his own or in a pivot, whatever it needs to be carried, and then you're telling me you're gonna tell Zakaria, who's never played in the Premier League, to come and play.
I can disprove that theory, right? You can call them to be. You are only calling them injury-prone.
Please, entitled to your opinions. Or that you can keep on talking, Jerry. Yeah.
Sorry, you are only calling them injury-prone based on the past 3 seasons. But either you give them the credit or not, they've actually carried the midfield for the past 3-4 seasons, even with injury, right?
Bro, I think they're fantastic players. I'm having the same issue with Thiago Alcantara. You can't build a team where the team gets used to playing with certain players, and then the profile that replaces them can't do even 60% of what they are doing. It F's up your team.
To be honest, I don't know the meaning of this theory you've just quoted.
Why do you not look the same without Kante?
What Arian is saying?
Let's speak to the fact on the paper. The fact on the paper is they've carried the team. Give them credit or not, they've carried this Chelsea team.
That's true. What Abdul is saying is true. It's true.
No, but I'm judging Chelsea as the Chelsea I know who win league titles.
You are adding a capable hand to them. And irrespective of how you see Jorginho, how you blame him, how you don't blame him, right? He actually looks good when he's playing with a fit Kante. Most of the time, he looks good.
True,
so now,
absolutely, I've said when you play with Kante, you look like you can win the league. I said that at the start. Abdullah, did I not say that at the start of this whole thing?
I think
Chelsea look like a league-winning team as soon as Kante is there.
If Chelsea has Kante for the whole 38 games,
you can win the league.
We can win the league, yeah.
So, exactly. So if he looks good most of the time when he's playing with Kante, will he not even look better when you throw in the Zakaria in there?
But respectfully, I was asking Abdullah difficult questions on purpose in terms of rotation, in terms of injury problems. Like right now, what's going on right now? You can't play 4-3-3 without Kante.
I've already put it down to you. I said it's going to be 3 out of 4, and the backup will be. I'm
talking about in the middle of the 4-3-3. Who's playing in the middle? Who are the options in the middle? Kante and.
No, hold on. The backup will be Conor Gallagher and the Chukwuemeka. Okay, so that's six players.
What about Loftus-Cheek? You didn't mention Loftus-Cheek.
Thank you very much. And Loftus-Cheek. So that's 7 players for three positions. Are you saying we cannot manage the entire season with 7 players for 3 positions?
Hold on. So can you give me your ideal options on the right side of the 4-3-3? So your RCM is who?
No, I'm talking about a 4-3-3 with 3 mobile central midfielders. That's
I'm liking your analysis. It's making me think. It's really good. You're talking about depth. But who are your options on RCM? Give me your options on RCM. All of them?
Right in the center midfield, right?
No, give me your right midfield options. Or do you say all of them can do it?
Sorry. What do you? Sorry, that is why.
What is your options?
Like who's your ideal? Right, of course, football is not
who's your ideal option? Who's your ideal option
for the right side?
For the right side of the midfield, yeah.
The way I like, for example, I like Naby Keita on the left. I don't like him on the right. That's just a little analysis for me. So, what are your ideals?
Yeah, if you allow me to answer the question, then I'll give you the question. You're asking the question, and you want to give the answers. So the thing is, that is why I made reference to the Ancelotti era, and I made reference to Liverpool. What you have is 3 mobile midfielders. So you don't give them.
Are they really mobile, or are they just workaholics?
No, he's saying back in the day. Now he's saying at the peak, not now.
Okay, now. Okay.
What it means is you are not giving them rigid positions, right? So you're not saying you stand at the right side of the midfield, you stand at the central. You're giving them more of like free central midfield roles. So you don't give them rigid positions.
Do you like all of them in the middle?
Sorry?
So do you think all of them are capable of playing in the middle? For example, for us, only Fabinho really can play in the middle. Henderson can't, even at his peak. Who can play in the middle if Kante isn't there?
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Chelsea perspective said, "Why am I whispering?" I don't know why I'm whispering. I'm just talking. But anyway, but the thing is, the thing is, my question is, have you seen Jorginho play before? Have you seen Kovacic play before? Have you seen Kante play before?
I think these players are so good.
In my own opinion, I believe they are very mobile midfielders. You don't have to give them rigid. You don't put them into rigid positions. So the only one I have not seen is the Zakaria. You get my point? So if they are mobile midfielders, you don't have to put them and say you are to the right, you are to the center, you are to the left, which is actually to advantage. So
Fair enough.
so that's my own take on the formation thing. I'm sure I've forgotten something along
No,
the
no,
line,
it's a
but
completely different way of analyzing it. I thought it was interesting. Very interesting.
Okay, so to round up, let me come to Emmy on this. Emmy is
What's
here.
up?
Obama who? Obama what?
Obama bomb.
Yang.
Aubameyang, your take on him. How do you see Tuchel playing? Because his
Ah,
obsession with
man.
Aubameyang, I have no idea.
No, I think I know what Tuchel, because Tuchel doesn't like a point striker, like those kind of strikers that just stand in the box, right? He wants his striker to be part of the play and then still go have the speed and the intelligence to go finish chances too, right? Aubameyang captures that profile 100. I don't know who gave him this number 9. My God.
I don't know who gave me number
Oh
9.
man, I don't know why I didn't take 11.
That number 9 jersey is cost, man. Oba plays.
But have you seen Gabon people? They are very stubborn. They don't hear, man. They want
Maybe that's
to.
what Aubameyang is stubborn.
Yeah, he's headstrong that he's going to tear. If Aubameyang scores 15 goals this season or 16 goals in the league, he's done fantastic with 10 assists.
And
Not
that goes
bad.
take us somewhere.
Yes, that actually takes us to second if we can, because we've not that equals both what Werner and more than what Werner and Lukaku gave last season, because both of them scored 12 goals together. So if Aubameyang can give us those goals, and I think he can, if Tuchel. So what I think Tuchel wants to do, I don't see Tuchel playing this 3-4. I don't think he's going to play that anymore. Nah. I see Tuchel. There's a reason why he kept Pulisic and Ziyech. If he was going to keep playing 3 at the back, he would have sold those 2 guys. He didn't sell those guys. He held on to them. He told them, "Hey, stay. I'm going to do something." And I believe Tuchel is about to switch our system. I know people will say, I don't see him do it all at once. I see him starting by making us play a hybrid system. And that's what he's probably in his mind. The 3-3-3-1, and that switches to a 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2 when we're defending. I think that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna do something crazy. But the thing is, he's going to make Aubameyang and Havertz play together. And oh my, I don't think people are ready. Then they will also have Sterling, and I think because of the way Ziyech played last in the game that we lost against Southampton, I won't be surprised Ziyech plays that more often, and he alternates between Ziyech and Pulisic. Remember, he always tries to use data to manage his team. Aubameyang is going to actually be a success at Chelsea, because watch out for more true balls. More balls actually go on the grass, that goes through the center. I think you start seeing some of that more, because there are now more threats on the field and more people that can score. Because if you give Zakaria that space, he'll run to that space and shoot and score.
Yeah.
Are you telling me Chelsea are about to start playing ball again?
Yes.
Interesting.
With these guys Chelsea bought this summer, they're going to start playing ball again. It's no more going to be that academy football, play the ball to the wide, cross. No. You actually start seeing someone like Reece James actually attack through that half space, right? And actually become more lethal. It's going to be a very interesting mix.
We might start seeing dummies from Chelsea Football Club.
Exactly. Hey, God. Hey, Oluwa.
Are you guys really? Are you guys really convinced? Because I'm not really convinced, to be honest. Until I see even they play.
No. See, we didn't buy stupid players. We bought very intelligent. If you look at the profile of players Chelsea went and bought this summer, they didn't buy just anybody. They bought players with a high profile, players that actually fit a certain mindset. Chelsea's Japan. That's why when they asked Tuchel, what's this summer going to be like? He said he's not taking the summer off. It's a total rebuild. He saw something. He saw something. He saw something when Chelsea lost to Brentford in April. I saw Tuchel's post-match interview. That's when I knew what was going to happen this summer. He wants to buy at least 7 players, and he did buy 7 players.
Bro, can I ask you a question though? But you want to know why I'm very, very pissed about this whole Tuchel thing, right? When you say that preseason we had, right? When he knew he wasn't going to use those guys, why did he take them to preseason? People like Barkley, Kennedy, why did he take them to preseason?
He needs to. No, come on now. When we went for preseason, the new owners were barely 3 weeks in the job. But you guys don't forget, Chelsea just got acquired 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago, we're still banned. Yes. 6 weeks ago, Chelsea was banned from making any signings or even talking to players. Even if we did talk to players, we used intermediaries, right? You guys don't. People just forget. Oh, people just have short-term memory. Do you know what it is for a club to get acquired? Like, we just did a whole 360 and we still were able to go and buy competitive players. You got to give them credit. I hear a lot of people say Tuchel out. People forget because of Tuchel, we actually ended up finishing top 4. We got the most points that we've ever acquired since we won the league in 2017. Facts. I really don't understand the Chelsea fan base though sometimes.
Bro, see, you can't, bro, let me tell you something, right? You can't really blame any Chelsea fan that is. I even would say at the end of the day, right, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? But you understand, right? But you can't really blame fans in the sense that this is a coach. See, I'm not like to you. Tuchel is a very, very good coach, right? And he's tactically very, very good. He's a very, very tactical coach. But you can't ignore the fact that fans are so pissed with seeing players like Pulisic playing right wing back. Like example.
No, he's not going to play Pulisic there anymore. Like now, he's bought his defenders. He's bought the midfielder. He's bought a strike. He pretty much bought a whole spine in the last 2 days, right? There's no way he's going to keep playing 3 at the back. It's
really annoying.
Let me tell you, the reason why he's been playing 3 at the back, to be very honest, is because the midfield, he's trying to protect that midfield because Chelsea was always conceding goals. And when we opened up again against Leeds, it was very evident, like what Arian was saying. We opened up against Leeds and Leeds ate us like
the rival, it was comedy. It was comedy, that Leeds performance. I said
savage. Yeah. And Arian, do you know what? Do you know what? Tuchel actually wanted to play that way to show the Chelsea fans that, hey, dudes, I know the limitations of this team. I know what I'm saying. There's a reason why I played this way.
It was getting ripped up. It was bad.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm.
But the Chelsea fans didn't see the problem of the team until that game. That's when they were like, "Oh, we're that bad."
Do you know why I'm worried about this? I'm worried because I don't have my line anymore in Hussam space where we Liverpool fans gather and cry about Milner. Anytime Chelsea fans used to come on, my favorite line was, "Yo, Chelsea, I checked you guys line up on Flash Score. Are you telling me your spine is," and then I'll list your spine. I'll say Mendy, Jorginho as your spine. No, I'm not disrespecting your players, but that's spine. Chelsea fans will start saying, "Oh, well, it's too cool. I'm just saying, but look at this squad, right? I'm saying, look at this spine. This is horrific as a spine. This spine can't do anything. So the thing I'm now most worried about in terms of team chemistry, I'm a teamwork merchant. I'm just in my living room. I'm worried about Aubameyang and Sterling becoming guys. That's an issue. They look like they'll walk off the ball for each other. They'll make runs. They'll move on over. See, you see today's Leicester game. People, I guess, me too, I was disrespecting Harvey Barnes. But I thought to myself, you know what? it's not easy when you don't have a left back overlapping, giving you that fake run and
That
then
extra, because that fake run the left back does opens a yard of space for you to do two things. Either you carry the ball into the half space, or you cross the ball.
If you have a
or you find a 1-2,
telling you,
or you
if
find
you have
a
a Luke Shaw,
1-2.
you're stressed. If Luke Shaw is looking at you away at I don't know, Emirates, I'm saying, yeah, nah, mate, I'm not making that run today. I've got Jesus to deal with. You're thinking, well, fuck me. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm finished. I have to do 3 skills. Am I Ronaldinho? Like, what are we supposed to do? But the managers.
Can I ask a question, right? So if Chelsea,
that's all.
Okay, if Chelsea, yo, bro, what's his name? This Chelsea fan here, right? And maybe the Liverpool fans, right? Okay, if Chelsea decides, if Tuchel decides to use a back for now, right? Who do you think is going to appear, like in the centre back? Who will they pair together?
It depends, though. It depends on what team he wants to play, and depends on the team he wants to play. Because Tuchel have said it this, and when he talks, especially in his presser, I kind of trust him when he talks because he analyzes the team very well. He said it a lot. Thiago will not play all matches. He said it. He said, I don't want us to rely on Thiago because he is getting old. Matches will come where Thiago will sit on the bench. He will watch from the bench. That shows me Tuchel is already planning after Thiago Silva.
Oh, yes. That's why they bought Fofana.
Planning after him. That's what Fofana. Yeah, that was very
Fofana and so I saw you're saying it's going to be Fofana and I keep forgetting that Chelsea bought that guy, Sha. I keep forgetting about that guy. Fofana.
Because you guys splashed so much cash this window.
I keep forgetting about that guy.
No,
so it's going to be
Kokibagi. Imagine
so it's going to be Kokibagi and he's going to be Kokibagi.
Social media will not hear what.
Relax yourself. You're 300 million to finish.
Yeah, if we win that UCL,
I think it's going to be whoever is fit between Koulibaly, Fofana, and Thiago Silva. That will be.
Because it doesn't want to play Silva too much because one, he's getting injured in match and walk off.
That guy's old. We can't be relying on that guy too much.
His age.
Yeah. We can't be relying on that guy too much. That guy don't old. That guy's 38 now.
Bali will be sort of Fofana's teacher, telling him when to engage. He's going to be the engager up front and all that stuff, allowing Koulibaly to do. Okay, that's nice. Let me see as I'm behind enemy lines. This Ziyech one is in my head. Is there any unsung heroes?
Okay, now if I'm gonna play Ziyech now, to round up, Ziyech is good in the back four, and why I say that is because when you watch Ziyech play, when I watch him in Ajax, it's more of a number 10 rather than a right wing. But Tuchel is playing on the right wing.
No, so he was actually he's a winger, but a creative winger at that, right? He has a special role. He's not your winger that goes to the bar line to cross. He's your winger that actually creates based on where in the half space, right? In between the fullback and the center back. That's where he likes to occupy. He likes to get the ball there so that he can actually either turn, dribble and turn to his left and shoot, or he can get that creative true pass to the striker. You will see with Aubameyang, Ziyech will become a key cog in this Chelsea team because Aubameyang, yes, he's going to start giving that pre-assist exactly, and he'll start giving. What was that statistic that you called again, Ariam?
Unsuccessful touches.
Correct. Those unsuccessful touches is going to be Ziyech.
But you know when they're going to come in near the corner flag at Stamford, you guys will be enjoying actual. Oh, now he's not pissing me off.
Exactly. Because guess what? All of a sudden, people will understand this guy. See, Chelsea fans, sometimes it's as if you guys just start watching football. It's not that bad, Abdul. I know.
In my own opinion, Ziyech is not Chelsea level, please.
Hey.
I mean, he can be on holiday till January.
And I still think it's the formation that Tuchel is using is what is injuring on Ziyech. I still think it's because of that.
But can't you see like the kind of football he plays? This guy doesn't do anything.
Hold on. On that, to be honest, I feel like Ziyech's best Chelsea performance in that Chelsea jersey. It's probably under Lampard. I think it was actually doing okay under Lampard, right? But once
even just before we won the Champions League, those games. Remember the game against Man City in the FA Cup semi-final.
Yeah, it was doing well. I think it's just because of the way Tuchel played, right? I feel like even Pulisic too. Because think about it now, you can't just have all your attackers just keep sucking at the same time.
And all of them actually wanted to leave at one point, right? Let's be very honest.
I think guys, for me to round up now, I think Oba coming in now.
How's the squad depth looking for you right now? Out of the, I'm behind enemy lines. Let me give you. What's your rating for your squad depth now?
Man, our squad depth is on fire, bro.
Okay.
Man, squad depth, man. I don't know, bro. But hopefully, it's really, really. Out of a 10, I'll probably give our squad maybe like an 8.
And then apart from Ziyech, I know you are investing your stocks whilst the price is quite low, and others have cancelled their funds for their stocks. Any other unsung heroes that may pop up?
Chukwuemeka.
Me, I will pick what's his name? This guy. I think Pulisic will cook too. If provided that they use that formation, I think Pulisic will cook.
Yeah, Pulisic. Yeah.
I think Pulisic will cook. If they use him in the right wing goal,
his head is torn because of the transfer. But right now, when the transfer is finished, now we'll be able to.
I think when it comes down, I think Pulisic will cook because I still think. Maybe okay. Before we are Sterling, right? I keep saying it. In terms of goal scoring, Pulisic was still our best goal scorer as a winger. The boys have been scored. That was why I was so pleased. You guys remember that match last season against Liverpool? Mm-hmm. When that 2-2 goal at the break. You guys remember that goal now?
I remember.
That goal. See, Tuchel started that game with the 4-3-3, right? So Pulisic was playing very well. It was boring. All of a sudden, this stupid Tuchel man, second half, he decided to use 3-4-3. He now put Pulisic in the wing back. That one I started playing rubbish. I'm like, bro, come on, man. That's why I gave
with Chelsea, it doesn't look like there's a long, demanding queue of people trying to occupy that right wing. It doesn't look like a long queue, bro. It's like they're serving bad pizza over there.
Bro, man, I don't like you, man. I think that was why Tuchel was trying to get this guy, Rafinha. That's why he was trying to get that Rafinha guy. And I think from what I read, I don't know, maybe it's true or maybe it was rumors, right? But there was a story they said Tuchel told that guy that he wants to use him in the right wing.
Anthony.
Was that true or was that rumors?
You also wanted Antonio
Vallas.
Yeah. You guys are. It looks like nobody in your squad wants to play on the right wing. Mason Mount clearly doesn't want to. Kai Havertz doesn't.
It's only Hakim Ziyech that wants to play there.
Yeah, who is giving competition? Are you seeing Valverde doing a job for them right now?
Although is only person, but Odoy has been known to Leverkusen.
When I'm talking about football, stop mentioning football.
Relax. Let him go.
He thinks it's bigger than the way he is. I beg. He should go on for like 2 years. He needs to go on like 2 years.
If now your brother,
I beg. That guy is not good enough. I beg that. Was it not in this same group that you guys were saying? Also, Odoy is the better player than Pulisic. I beg.
Anyway, guys, it's been cool. Very nice. I really enjoyed my discussion.
Thank you, guys. See you guys on Sunday.
Thank you so much, Abdullah. The next is on
Sunday. Don't worry, Sunday.
Guys, humble your neighbors.
I will know they must lose against United.
They play United this weekend.
Yeah.
Hot match. I'm looking forward to it.
That man, the way they're playing right now, I think
peace, guys. Peace.
Nice.
Big up.
Peace.